Armon Wiggins. I told y'all, and I told my staff, I said, my people, my producers, I said, I'm going to talk about Armon when it's relevant to talk about Armon. He's in the news, okay? So shout out to Milagro Gramz. This ain't really got nothing to do with Armon, really. Really ain't got nothing to do with him. So let's drop him down for a second. So this is really concerned about Milagro Gramz and Nique at Nite. So Nique, I did a live exposing how Nique took up for the white lady and not standing up for black women like her counterparts in media. She did not put respect on Milagro Gramz' name. She said Armon's name, but not Milagro's. Just being really nasty, right? And then she said they were so crumped up in there, a man sitting beside her and to talk about the white lady. And then the white lady, she's supposed to be this reporter. She's getting interviewed, talking about how she talked about Armon with the clothes and Armon, if she take it down, it would make her look some type of way because he got on the Gucci pumps and Gucci and all that. So I'm gonna, if I take it down from some interview, and I knew then when that happened, I said, Milagro ain't gonna like this. This is wrong. This is disrespectful to Milagro as a black woman. So I go live early, soon as Nique got off that live with the white lady and the man that want to sleep with her. I went live and I gave my critique. I put in the title, she dissed Armon and she dissed Milagro. I'm putting both of them as a diss because it is a diss. If you're taking up for the white reporter that wasn't removed from the courtroom, it is a diss to your black people in media. So she see the live, Nique does. The lady that sell bras and pantyhose and cries and socks. She go on her car. I'm going to help the less fortunate. And if I don't want to say nobody's name, that's my right. Don't say nobody's name. I don't need to say nobody's name. I don't have a problem with Armon. But let me say this. Let me be clear. The lady Megan Cunit, she didn't break no rules with a laptop. I checked the court rules. Maybe Armon and them, they didn't read it. I ain't checking. I'm going to help the less fortunate. Get some real content. Wiley, she ain't say my name, but I know what you're talking about. I'm gonna add my name in it. Get some real content. Don't worry about me putting me in a drama, and it pays me well when I talk about this. I'm gonna be talking to Black Lives Matter members and all that, and get some real content. The reason why I didn't ask Megan Cunit that about the laptop because I read the court rules and all that. So get some real content. I'm gonna start a dating show. Who wanna date me? I'm going to start a dating show. I know people are going to say I'm talking about Kendra G. I'm going to start a dating show. You know what? How about I have a show that my members shoot they shot at me and all of that, but you can't come live with me now. We dating, we in racial. I come live with you, and then it jump into, hey, I don't dress prerogative anymore because my daughter turned 10 years old, so I don't dress prerogative anymore. I dress with a mini skirt. All that. And then one of the viewers said, are you sleeping with Street TV? I ain't sleeping with Street TV. No, Street TV is a married man. I ain't sleeping with Street TV and all that. He has it up like that. And Megan Cunit, she hits me up in the emails and telling me what court case to go and what them to go. I don't have a problem with Megan Cunit. My Armon and Milagro issue is not my issue. I don't pick up people's values. And she said all this stuff. And I'm single. She's beautiful, by the way, and I'm turned on because number one, she's gorgeous. Did I say that? Okay, but I knew Milagro Gramz were gonna be upset about that. I know these people well at their public persona, and I know that Nique at Nite insults of not naming her will not go unanswered. So in my video, I said Armon should stand up for his sister Milagro. She's being disrespected and not credited when Armon Wiggins with the hand on his face get mad when people don't credit him. When people don't say his name, he gets in his feelings. When people like DJ Academics don't credit him, he gets in his feelings when he don't get credited. When he interviewed the father, when he interviewed Toy Lane's father, and Toy Lane's father was going that rant, and then DJ Academics took that clip and did not credit the Armon Wiggins show, and he got mad. But sadly, Milagro didn't get credit, but he stayed silent. Didn't say a word about it. I defended Milagro because right is right, wrong is wrong. We black. Armon Wiggins is a black man. Milagro, black woman. Nique at Nite, black woman. We are black in this culture. I am not going to allow somebody that is not black get two black media folks thrown out. She used her resources as a Karen, and I'm going to sit there as a black media outlet and not question her and challenge what she did? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit on the side of a Karen that degraded a black man, Armon Wiggins, that degraded and dissed Milagro. I'm not going to do it. We black. We got to stand up for us. And so you talk about it ain't my issue. I'm not messy. I'm not in the mess. That's a whole lie. Because you in the mess on that little bit of seat that you and that man that want to sleep with you and Megan Q, they all y'all just sitting there. And you in the mess. Stop saying, Nique, erase that from your vocabulary that you ain't trying to be messy. You knew that being on that video would be messy. You knew it. Bringing Megan Cunit after your two people that was removed from the courtroom were banned, you knew that was messy. So stop saying, I'm not in the mess. Don't put me in the mess. You in the mess, honey. You are messy, sticky, fishy, messy. That is fishy what you did. You are in the mess, whether you admit it or not, honey. You in the mess. So if I don't get along with a person, I don't have to say their name and all that. But you want to be this true journalist. You want to be non-biased. So you're telling me that you're going to be biased for a person that you don't like, but you said you non-biased. You said you are professional. A true professional woman of class don't care if she don't get along with Milagro. She's still going to say her name. Now, you may not like her, but if she's part of the story, let me name her name, honey. So I go on the Instagram streets and Milagro said something. You don't have to say about it. You a whole C word. C-O-N. No, it ain't C-O-N. What is that? C-O-O-N. Yes, the C-O-O-N. Okay? C-O-O-N. She called Nique at Nite a C-O-O-N. And I said, that's exactly what she is. She either that or she sitting next to Master's great-great-granddaughter and she forget about her sisters in this business, the black media folks. So yes, she sat with Megan, the great-great-granddaughter of the slave master, and took up for the great-great-granddaughter slave master, granddaughter, took up for and said, this is my friend, this is my support, this is cordial. And pooped on black people like Milagro and Armon Wiggins. She did that. And she thinks she didn't do nothing wrong. I'm not going to sit with a white person and they are the reason why my black people can't sit in the room. First of all, the first people that I'm always going to uplift is my black people. That's number one. I wake up black. I think black. That's wrong what happened to Armon and what happened to Milagro. And another black actress, Moniece, did I say her name right? The actor or the radio you know what I'm saying, reality show person. It was dope when she defended Moniece, when she defended Armon and Milagro, when she defended them. She didn't do what Nique at Nite did, pretending, oh, I don't want to be in a mess. She stood up for what is right. She stood up for what is right. She stood up for what is right. Nique at Night is one of the type of people she'll see Rosa Parks not getting up her seat, and she would be one of the black people going to take and ride the bus. Because she happy because the bus driver got her some information on different court cases. Nique would be the type of person in the Montgomery boycott. Everybody else ain't taking the bus, but Nique is still gonna take the bus because they the one that helped her get to help her get some court cases and help her platform. And so she'll be the only one on the bus. That's neat. That's neat. That's up. So, and then she said, I'm not boring. I'm not boring. It ain't about you being boring or whatever. It's about your character. That to me is nasty because that was the perfect, because you're trying to be media and trying to be neutral, and you're not putting focus or a name on Milagro. And like Milagro said, you only came to the courtroom because I was there, because I was getting the clout, and you only came there because of that. Let's go here over that type of way. Milagro, is that you? Oh, let me take this down for a quick second. Milagro, is that you?
Yeah, Wiley.
So I first of all, thank you for coming. We trash each other. Blah blah blah. This we black, but when y'all was removed from the courtroom or get y'all media credentials revoked, this is a black thing that we must stand for black media, because if it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for Armon, I wouldn't be interested in this Tory Lane case. And I don't read Megan Cuny. I never read any of her material, but I watch and listen to your number one show every day. I listen to you. So when Nique said, did I want to give you credit and say your name, what was your thoughts that was going on? I did hear your Instagram live and you got her together, but how did that make you feel?
I mean, it just reinforced the idea that I already had, that these bitches was trifling as hell. They have no integrity, coon ass behavior, they're hypocritical, and they're crabs in a motherfucking barrel. First of all, I don't want to discuss people that are not present. As far as Armon goes, he's not here and he can speak for himself. So when it comes to who was present for this last hearing that was Monday, I was not there. So I'm confused as to why the topic of conversation was me and Armon and what had happened the week before. Y'all had 7 whole damn days to talk about this shit, and why y'all needed to sit down and talk about what happened and this, that, and the third. And that's my chief complaint. Too many different people that are not worried about the man that is behind bars, the person whose life is on the line. You are absolutely correct that I am part of the reason why so many people are interested in even going down there in the first place. People that were originally from California didn't give enough of a fuck to get up and even take their ass down there to see what was going on until they saw the traction that I was getting. Okay, first and foremost. Second of all, when they got down there, it was about everything but the case. So I thought that it was quite ridiculous that they were sitting up there making a fucking mountain out of a molehill as it pertained to what had happened the week before. Now, they can have their opinions, but let's not act like you're not inserting yourself and being messy by commenting and having dialogue about something that don't have nothing to do with you. I thought that shit was fake and two-faced as fuck, because at the end of the day, you was kikiing with Armon. You was. So why did you feel like you needed to sit up with Megan and take her side and feel like you needed to identify with what the fuck she said? We ain't killed nobody. Didn't nobody get raped, beat, robbed, or nothing like that. So the shit that you're doing and what you're advocating for don't make no sense, especially when you came down there with somebody that illegally filmed Tory Lanez. So you talking about you disturbed by what happened. You need to be disturbed by the fact that you was down there with people breaking the motherfucking rules. They should have been kicked your ass out, or everybody forgot. Y'all forgot that Sunstar had to come up there and go off on them and ask them, what y'all over here recording? The lawyer had to go over there and see what the fuck was going on. So don't come at me with all of that bullshit like you so much better than people and I knew what the rules were. Okay, so why did Tory get filmed? Why your little friend was skedaddling out that motherfucking courthouse before he got caught with that footage on his phone? So miss me with that bullshit. I really don't have too much to say about Pat Houston. She felt like she didn't want to say my name. That does not make you mature. You sitting up and talking around me, but still trying to address a situation that I was a part of. That's redundant. That's stupid. So you just look like a petty bitch sitting up there. You know, everybody know who you talking about. So speak on it. And I don't have to speak on people that I'm not cool with. Then you don't have to address the situation I'm involved with either. And I could give a fuck about her feeling like, well, I don't fuck with her. And people feeling like I don't know who that is. I am known by the right people. Let's get it straight. Let's talk about the number one and the number two on the list when it comes to powerful names and voices in media. Who do they want to work with? Joe Budden was number one. Academics was number two. I did not see her on that list. So I don't give a damn about her saying my name or nothing else. What the fuck would that change? What would that do for me? What can she even do for herself? Okay, so why am I supposed to give a fuck? And so I think that shit is ridiculous. I think it was coon behavior. I think that Megan Cuniff, she's a slick, slimy ass creature. She always doing some underhanded ass shit. I do not trust her. And now she's sitting up here calling into question the integrity of the black judge. Did anybody see what she tweeted out today?
Oh, wow.
Oh, she absolutely did. She's calling into question the integrity of the judge. And why is that? When did the judge start making decisions that you didn't agree with? The whole time I've been questioning the judge, ain't nobody said nothing. But now all of a sudden, oh, well, Megan's team must have known that they was or thought that they were going to reach a sentence. So they went ahead and put this out because they couldn't wait no longer. Let me go get this damn tweet. I'll tell you exactly what she said.
Oh, wow.
She said, I'm still thinking about the fact that Judge Hereford revealed yesterday that he actually hadn't decided last week if Tory Lanez' lawyers would file the new info for the new trial motion. I looked at the judge's unusual handling of this volatile case. So now you are calling into question the integrity of the judge, the black judge. Is this another coincidence that another black person in a position of authority is being called into question by Megan Cuniff? So how the hell you look sitting up here next to this woman? The black bailiff that came in and got everybody in order. Megan has something negative to say about him. She been talking down on a goddamn judge. She got a tweet about she talking about it's a quote. Bitch, I don't give a fuck about no quote. I don't think she like black people. She can sit up there and say whatever the fuck she want to say. But last time I checked, she was on one end of the hallway and black people were on the other side. And never did I ever see her get up and try to make her presence known or have any type of camaraderie or sit up and try to discuss anything. The only reason that girl over there talking to her is because she trying to get some information, and that's who helped her to get them transcripts and all that different shit back in December. It was Street TV, it was Megan Cuniff and all of that. Everybody already knows that. So all that ass kissing that's going on and feeling like you need to be up making ass, do whatever the fuck you feel like you need to do. But I sleep well at night because I use my own fucking brain and I don't sit up and depend on nobody else to get no fucking shine. Imagine riding the coattails of Megan Cuniff. I mean, imagine that coat. Imagine holding on to the hem of her wide leg pants. I mean, the shit is ridiculous to me. Wouldn't be me. But once again, we're not talking about me. Okay, so child, I don't know what the fuck wrong with these bitches. I really don't.
You know, and she said Nique said she's not messy. She's not in a mess. I didn't understand that because she didn't have to ask any question about you when you wasn't present. That's the point exactly. That I didn't like.
Especially when she not gonna ask me when I'm there. Somebody that want to sit up and comment on shit and want to talk about shit, they're gonna get a well-rounded perspective. The only way you can do that is by talking to the affected parties. So you know damn well that if we sitting up somewhere, you finna sit your ass up there and either be quiet on the other side, or you gonna wait till Armon get there and kiki with him. And other than that, the child is gonna be copacetic. Mm-hmm. So this the second time that we have left the courthouse and then she go and be on some fuck shit. That's why I don't fuck with her now. That's why when she walked in the damn courthouse this lesson, I didn't speak to her ass. And when Armon and them was sitting over there talking to her, I said, "What y'all doing talking to this op?"
Wait a minute, you said that? Oh my God.
Yes, I did say that.
Wow.
And was live on Station Head as well. Everybody heard me ask that question because this is the question that I have. And what does she go home and do? Or what does she go do? The very first time me and Armon not there? Oh, she got to go do an interview with Megan Cuniff and talking about she's so disgusted by the way this shit happened. Because she's an op. I mean, she did exactly what she was always going to do. Do anything for attention.
Wow. I because a lot of people were saying to you, Milagro, they were saying, "Oh, y'all were ghetto. Y'all are not professional." But what are your response to that? Because that was like when I was reading the comments, they were saying, "Oh, you ghetto. Oh, they want professional rally." Megan Cuna is an award-winning journalist, and Milagro is a YouTuber. Like, what are your response? They were saying that calling to question your
Was there
character.
anybody in particular, or were these general statements just from?
These are like comments on there from like people like
You
all
know
even
what?
in Nique at Night comments, they were saying, "Oh, you were ghetto, you didn't
You know
deserve
what?
to be
Guess what?
there."
Guess what? I'll be all of that shit. I'm all of that shit and at the top of their motherfucking list with my ghetto ass. And as far as Megan Cuniff and awards that she's won, these dumb fucks couldn't name one. Ask them what award she won. Ask them what the article was. Ask them what the fuck it said. These motherfuckers don't know. Oh, she just a YouTuber. Well, guess what? I'm a YouTuber that's being mentioned in the same spaces, in the same articles, getting the same recognition. That's why you're upset. I'm that YouTuber that you know. I'm the YouTuber that stands apart from your stupid ass. That one.
Because yeah, they were saying that, and then it was another black journalist. I don't know if he had y'all back. I don't know because he deleted the tweet because when y'all was revoked, I don't know if he was saying that y'all broke the rules, that y'all didn't read the court rules. I forgot the man's name. He was another journalist that had some things to say, and I don't know what people were saying.
You know what? You know what? We should have read
Okay,
every line.
okay.
And with me knowing that these people have put a target on my back from day one, from the
Mhm.
first day that I entered that courthouse, there shouldn't have been any situation that I allowed myself to be a part of while I was not dotting my I's and crossing my T's. Because of what I failed to do, I broke the rules. It's that simple. I should have read it. But what needs to be commented on in the same breath is the fact that everybody needs to be held to the same standard. Were we given another chance? Those people got sent an email and they were asked to verify that they understood the rules. And when they got there, they got a 10-page
Wow,
packet that
wow.
went over the rules again. This past Monday, they got a 10-page packet. So my thing is, you have given them two opportunities at this point, to make sure that they understand what the rules are. You didn't revoke anything. And for
Mhm.
Megan Cuniff to get up and say, I wasn't dumb enough to make this decision and take a picture here or there. I can show you the tweet what a bitch said. They called me in and talked to me about taking pictures in the exhibit room. Oh, well, Megan Cuniff, she's so professional. Well, bitch, you didn't know that. We all make mistakes. We all get into situations where maybe we weren't aware. But are we giving grace? No. And if Nique Nite could get her motherfucking head from up under that damn bang, maybe her ass could see that, okay, the bigger picture is we were not given grace because of the color of our skin. We're not being given grace because we're not respected there. I mean, does this make sense to anybody?
No, it
If it
makes a
did with
lot of sense.
anybody else, we would have been given the opportunity to make sure that we understood what the rules were. There was nothing that me nor Armon did that was so bad that we should have been removed that way. But they wanted to try to make an example. They sent an email. Did anybody receive an email when her little friend was taking illegal pictures of Tory Lanez on the 15th floor? Nobody got an email about that. Nobody printed out a fucking pamphlet and passed it out. This had to do with the two people that have garnered a certain type of attention surrounding this case. That's what it was. And for her to relish in that moment shows her character.
Mm.
And it shows what she's been wanting to do. The narrative, when she was getting a particular type of attention after the case, was that I was jealous of her because of this, that, and the third. What the fuck is she doing? But because I handle myself the way that I do, because I continue to show and prove that all I need is my motherfucking talent and the people that support me, people feel like, well, child, whatever. They feel like they don't need to have my back. They don't want to speak on my behalf. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. Because I'm going to continue to do what the fuck I'm doing. As y'all have seen, I've done it without the support of all of y'all asses. So that don't make me no never mind. All I can tell a hoe is to get with the winning team because I ain't going nowhere. So you want to sit up and do this little pussy ass shit that you doing? Bitch, all I do is write you off. Okay, you a lame hoe. Next. And we go on to the next thing. But this is the most psychotic shit to me. The most psychotic shit.
I want to ask you this. So, because when I put it on there that you and Armand was banned, people are saying you're wrong, Wiley. They can go back to the court. Their media conditions were revoked, but they can still sit in the audience. So, what is the update on that? So, can you legally go and still cover, or what? What's the
So
case on that?
here's the thing. It's really all about technicalities.
Okay,
So me and Armand were going in as media.
okay,
So you're going in, if you wanted to go in as media, you going in as the Wiley Show.
Okay.
What they did was they said, look, your media pass, which is a green little slip and a little laminate that you clip to your shirt, your media pass has been revoked. So they didn't literally take it from us, but it's no longer it's like having no credit. The card has been cut up.
Okay.
And so we can no longer go in and sign up as media. Media got to sit on the front 2 rows on the left side of the courtroom. Tori's family gets the right side. It's a smaller courtroom. So Tori's family gets the right side, and there are about maybe 4 to 6 different rows, and media gets like the first 2 or 3, and then they give the rest to the public. So what me and our mom would have to do at this point is go in early, sign in as the public, and we have to sit on the next row over. I mean, it's really not a big deal. So when we were in court before, Megan Cuniff and them was sitting right behind us. We gonna switch seats. She gonna sit where we were sitting, and we gonna sit right there, basically.
And would you, because you didn't show up, are you doing that? Would you do it and say, hey, we'll do that? Or you just
You know what? As annoying as it can be to be in these situations and to feel like, people are playing with you and you're not being respected, it's imperative that we stand up for something. If I give up and I don't go back, I mean, what am I doing? If I'm going to fight and if we're going to have a voice, we have to knock down those barriers and we have to stand up for ourselves. And that doesn't mean going down there and when I see Megan, fuck you, bitch, what's up? Let me slap you. It's about going in and doing the job. They keep on talking about we don't have the experience, but we're getting the experience. What is going to California and being in the courtroom right next to you? I'm earning my stripes by doing the work, and you gonna respect it because I'm going to show up. You know what I'm saying? We come from people that continue to persevere, and they kept on going in the face of adversity. When they were getting maced and eggs thrown at them and water hoses and dogs and shit, they kept on going. So who in the fuck would I be, and how do we honor our people, especially if we're in this field, if we don't try? Especially if I'm going to sit up and say that I feel like this has to do with my race and who I am and what I represent in this country. A little loud black girl that's got people's attention. So if I was a little black girl or a little black boy, that would be a threat. And that's all that this is about. So I absolutely will be going back. The only reason I did not go was because I got intel that it wouldn't be, anything worth traveling that far for.
Okay.
And as we found out, it was a quick hearing. So yeah, on May 8th, absolutely, I will be back in the building, continuing to follow through, be thorough, give my audience what they're looking for.
Absolutely.
And for the next steps. They have not deterred me, not at all.
Because let's be clear, I am a fan of you. When you cover the case, your coverage have been amazing. Like the connection with DJ Academics, like you created so much noise. And it's something I got to bring up. I thought it was a slap in the face when the Shade Room, Ball Alert, the Neighborhood Talk, all of these black outlets were posting Megan Cuniff's coverage and ignoring your coverage. I'm going to stick with you because you're here.
Yeah, of course.
I felt that was a slap in the face because I'm like, first of all, this is a black man. This is a black outlet. Y'all are black outlets. Why are y'all keep giving this coverage to Megan Cuniff when she's not a part of the culture? Like,
and let's talk about it. Think about the instance with sitting down with Megan Cuniff. Why are we willing to platform people from outside of our communities that way? I'm not saying we can't never show them no love, but we were sitting in those same spaces. What makes us invalid? And what is it about you? The people that are supposed to be running black-owned outlets, the people that are always screaming to protect black people and uplift black people and to shine a light on black people. What the hell is it about you that stopped you from shining a light on people that were doing the groundwork? That's what I'm trying to understand. Regardless of my position on it, I did the work. It's very popular to say, oh, well, she was spreading misinformation. What's the misinformation? I'm still waiting. What did I tell anybody that was wrong? You just don't like that I'm open about my position. Is Megan Cuniff not open about hers? Megan Cuniff said that Tory Lanez should have been sentenced in 4 motherfucking days. And this should have been over with. And it's a waste of her motherfucking time. That's what she said. And like I said, there are too many people that do not care about the life. Megan Cuniff created some shit, a newsletter, and said that it was a stocking stuffer. That's what she said. She called it a goddamn stocking stuffer. Our trauma is not a stocking stuffer. What Tory is going through, what Daystar Peterson is going through is not a joke. It's not funny. And there were too many people at that courthouse and too many people who have associated themselves with this situation that don't give a fuck about the life that hangs in the balance. And that's what the difference is. I started covering this case day one, and we've continued, and we've, we've bitch. We've dove very, very, very deep, into the situation. But that's because we care, and we want to be thorough, not because we want attention, and we hope that somebody notices us and we can be attached to this, that, and the third.
Yeah, because at first I was like, oh, she just want to sleep with Tori, but then I got away from that. I said, first and foremost, when you feel like a person of color has been attacked, or they're being unjustly in the justice system, you would defend them. You did it for Kaylin Walker. You did it for this person. So I understand it. We may not have to agree, but I love the fact you, as a Black woman, using your resources, Black media, to talk about this, about Tory Lanez, because that's what we used to do. Well, that's what media used to do back in the day with the lynching and the civil rights era. It was Black media that kept the stories alive. So I love the fact that you're doing this. What I have an issue with it, with the power structure that be, they're saying that we're not allowed to sit at the table when it's our people that's being attacked or being arrested or on trial. We should be first in line to have a conversation, just like we covered D.L. Hughley, and he got upset about what we post about him on watertheshow.com. And I said, sir, but you break your back to go to a white, you know what I'm saying? Last time I checked, DJ Vlad, he's not Black. I mean, but y'all rush to go there.
I mean, imagine reposting Megan Cuniff and not wanting to hear about what the Black people concerning
yes, that's true. That's
like,
true.
this is not a part of our culture.
Yes.
Megan Cuniff ain't lived long enough and ain't lived the experience of a Black person. She could never give you a full perspective on this case. Never.
Never.
A person like me is essential. This case was not only held in a courtroom and behind closed doors. It played out on social media. It played out in our cars, on our iPhones, on our YouTube channels when we watching videos, at the festivals that we went to. The white audience is not even fully aware of the full scope of this situation. This was a millennial case. This was one of the first of its kind because it was so intertwined with social media. The people had so much to do with it. So imagine, you know what I'm saying, telling Black people, whoever found themselves interested that wanted to go down there and survey the situation, that they did not have a place. Imagine that shit. Megan Cuniff don't get to decide that I don't have a fucking place in a situation that concerns two people from my fucking community. When you don't even know the name of the garb, when you don't even know how to honor, you know what I'm saying, the garments that he got on when he coming in there, because you don't even understand what he believes in or nothing else. Not even knowing what the fuck a do-rag is. Simple shit. Because you ain't a part of this. You can write whatever article you want to, and that bitch can win whatever fucking award she want to. But ain't no hoe walk the mile in my shoes, or yours, or anybody else's, that has had to be Black in this fucking country. So no, ain't no hoe gonna tell me I'm not qualified to do a motherfucking thing that God ordained me to do. And the problem is, them hoes see that light, they feel that motherfucking energy, and bitch, they either get with it or get lost. And them hoes either feel like I like her or I don't. I don't give a fuck either way. That's the get you gotcha.
I agree. Like when I was looking, and I was like, oh, when you talked about the complex, I mean, you're right. Joe Budden and DJ want to work with you. And what I like about you, despite whatever, I don't know if you still have a relationship with Onsite as doing a radio show, but I said, despite all that, you are the number one talent ever to do it. Like, let's be clear, on Station Head, you were like number one for a year straight, 2 years straight. Like, you were dominating the app. They had to get other shows to like dethrone you, and you're still trending in the number 2, number 3 spot, and you're Black. You're not backed by a mainstream label. You're not an artist. You're not a singer. Only thing you are is you are entertaining. You are a commentator, and you are dominating that where it goes. Your interview with Nicki Minaj was great. Like, you have that relationship. You are what I call a woman that dedicated to your audience. Like, you would spend hours with your audience every single day. I remember, I don't know if you still do it. You still do it. Like at 9 a.m., you live, and it would like 3, 4, and then you would go live on YouTube. Then you live on Twitch. Like, you know do what?
This. You goddamn skippy, because what I do wouldn't be shit without the people that listen. And I feel like we have to honor the people that pour into us. And
Absolutely.
so I wouldn't be able to do the shit that I do. I wouldn't be able to cover things the way that I do, and be as effective if I didn't have the type of support system that I have. And so it's imperative that I spend that time. And actually, I mean, it doesn't even feel like work in that instance because we built such a rapport and such a relationship, and so many people have been listening, for so many years that we built a special community. You know what I'm saying? Well, we can just talk and we can kick it, and I think that that's a beautiful thing. And more people would spend less time um just associating themselves with lame ass behavior if they had genuine connections. You know what I'm saying? If people didn't feel like they needed to do something for a moment and they felt more fulfilled in what they were doing, it was certain shit that they just wouldn't even do. There is no reason why it should have been a problem or any type of bad blood after I pulled that fucking girl to the side and said, look, this a misunderstanding, this what it is, this what it is, and it was supposed to be cleared up. Everything that happened after that with people talking about Megan should sue me and all that kind of lame ass shit and everything that followed and acting like I was jealous because I had an opinion. To be very clear, all that shit that Nique and Nite was releasing, I didn't have a problem that she was releasing it. There was nothing to be jealous about. Whatever I wanted to go get, I could have got the same way that she did. I wasn't interested in it. That wasn't my problem. My problem was with the comment being made that there was no pause in the gunshots. That is what my issue was. That's where it started and that's where it stopped. She said that there was clearly no pause in the gunshots, and the neighborhood talk reposted it. So I feel like that shit was twisted up and manipulated. But at the end of the day, a lot of people like to act like, oh, I'm so difficult, or she's the one that causes a problem. Nah, bitch, I'm just not about to play with you. No, I'm not gonna bite my tongue or mince words. And if I don't like something, I don't like it. And it's really that simple. And a lot of people get intimidated by my personality or my aura or whatever. That's not my problem. That's a you thing. I don't think I'm the big bad wolf or nothing else. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be walked over and mistreated and shit like
Absolutely.
that.
You should. When I saw this and you're on Twitch,
Right.
one of your colleagues, Kai, was banned from Twitch.
Right.
Do you know what happened? Or do you?
Yeah.
Because one thing about you everywhere, right? You down here, you get other platforms. So, what are your thoughts on that situation?
Kai Cenat got banned again because he was playing Grand Theft Auto and some of the sexual scenes on there. He was playing, you know how you can get a prostitute taking
Yeah.
this and that. That's what he got banned for.
Okay.
So it's a situation where you got to make sure you know what those little rules are because they watching you and they waiting on any little thing to get you up out of there. So yeah, some stupid shit.
And I want to ask you, do you think it's time for him to start what you have done outside of that, creating his own platform? Because I remember you said on YouTube, I remember this, like, see, y'all need to start your own thing. Y'all got to start deleted. What's that? You know how certain words we can't say because we don't own it. Because remember, people is coming at you, you ain't monetized. But I understand your reason. But do you think it's time for him, if for other creators, to start their own entity where they control it and be able to
Of
get
course,
resources?
in theory, it would be amazing, in a perfect world for Black people to be able to have things to call their own, and it's not impossible. But let me tell you something. These people ain't playing fair. My moniker is Milagro Gramz. Do you know I was contacted by Instagram's lawyers because when I went to trademark my name, because it had Gramz, it had the word gram in it, they said, you need to let us know right now if you have any intentions on creating a platform that resembles Instagram in any way. Because they have people that literally sit up and watch out for people trying to trademark and copyright things that pertain to their shit. So I had to, before my shit could even go through, I had to clear that up with Instagram's lawyers and let them know this is a part of my moniker. It has nothing to do with Instagram. I will not be making any type of website similar to your platform. So, they've really cornered the market, and they have investors and they have money and they have, all of these different resources that a lot of Black people don't have. So I would love for Black people to do it, but it would take not only the person like a Kai Cenat investing his own money, but people supporting. You have a website, for example. I have different things that I have. That's great for us to have it. But if the people ain't going to come step behind us and get behind it, what can we do? People claim that they want more things that cater to them, but they have to come and support it. As an entrepreneur, we cannot continue to pour money, time, and resources into things that don't end up being fruitful. So
Absolutely.
people act
I
like
agree.
they like it so much. Okay, like it enough to keep it going.
Absolutely. And also I saw something many years ago. and Travis, he did a show, and this black man was here. He said black people collectively, well, Dr. King said black people individually is poor, but collectively we're rich. I think that our idea mindset, we need to be a collective and say, okay, let's collaborate. Because I see creators do that. Like you're powerful in what you do. And if I were to collaborate, that's great. It's great in numbers. Like Kais and I have something great where he can bring other creators on his site and bring those numbers up and utilize those relationships that he have. Because like I said, we for years have always worked for other entities, right? Because we've been frozen out. So we have no choice. But that doesn't mean that we can't do it because we have the resources.
Let's talk about this.
Okay.
If we were to put all of our things together collectively, that's over 1 million people. We sit up and trick ourselves out of our spot every motherfucking day because them white people and these people from these other groups, they gonna put their business first. Now, there are some people in these spaces that have disrespected me to a point where, bitch, you got me fucked up. People that have spoken on my children or spoken on my marriage, like just certain things that, nah, we ain't gonna kick it like that. But there are other people that maybe have disagreed with me or I disagree with them, that's not a character flaw. You know, I don't have to agree with everything, but okay, you can still be a cool person. So why can't we collaborate? Too many black people sit up and I don't like her. I don't like him. Whereas y'all could have come together and had something and did something, bounced ideas off of each other or had different perspectives and appealed to this audience, that audience, and grown. Everybody is so unsure of their talent. And let's talk about that. And what I mean by that is I don't worry about collaborating with nobody because it ain't nobody that can dim my light because what God has for me is for me. And I'm sure of who I am and what I'm doing. There are too many people so unsure of their talent that they're insecure about being on the screen with somebody else or working with somebody else or doing things with other people. I need people to have faith in their gift and come and get to this mic and act like they know what the fuck they doing. That's what I need.
Reason why I love you so much, out of all the crap I talk about you, if I'm doing something, you credit me. When I interviewed Roland Ray, I will never forget it. You said this was great for Wiley, but sadly they're not going to repost them because of how they look. And then also when Storm and Armon and them collaborated with Larry, you criticized Larry what he was talking about, and then you also called out Storm for him not saying my name, and you said no. You always on Wiley Show. Y'all done shows together. Why you act that's fake? And you call that out. I've noticed from my time being on YouTube that creators are intimidated by my gift. They do not want to sit beside me. I remember Storm, this is many years, he would block my name in the chat when he's freely on the Wiley Show chat. And he had I don't
want to take away from your perspective, but you don't think you and your two-faced ways have caused you to feel the way
it's nothing about the two-faced because you get it open and honest. The issue is you get people like Storm that will pretend to be your friend and come on the chat, and then you try to post your name, you're blocked. So I respect Armon for being honest. You don't mess with me. Be honest. Keep it stat. Don't get in my face and pretend like you a friend in the chat showing love, but then we cannot reduplicate that. That is more two-faced and dangerous. You said what?
That's a hell of a word.
That's dangerous and two-faced ever. Like you in my house and blah, 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 but then you don't let me in your house or pretend, act like you ain't there, don't want me there. That's two-faced. That's more dangerous. And I see that a lot with a lot of, creators in this business. They just intimidated with Wiley's talent because you still watch. Even Tasha, let's be clear, she blocked Wiley and got upset for what I said, and she talked a lot of mess about everybody. But when we talked about Larry Reed, who did show she come on? Wiley. And what I'm so if
at the end of the day,
if I'm two-faced, you still gonna watch.
My God, there are so many people that they take things personally. You gotta be so professional. Because everybody's not ready for this. They think they're ready. They can get their show together, get their lineup, get their graphics and shit, but they're not ready for the other side of it. When you are doing this job, babe, you're gonna have to set your feelings aside more times than what you're comfortable with. You ain't got that understood and you're not willing to do this, go get a new fucking job. Because
That's true.
this job is going to require you to take your feelings. What Jasmine Summer say, pick up your feelings. Okay, and sit them hoes right on the side. And so you can't let that shit affect you to the point where now you ain't keeping it real. To me, that's a character flaw. You done made me so mad and bothered me so much that I'm not gonna say your name. I'm gonna talk around you. I'm not gonna just say what shit is. Okay, I need to go back to the drawing board because now you got too much power over me. That's how I'm gonna feel. So that's what I said. I'm not intimidated or bothered by nobody. You ain't changing nothing. I can say your name all day. That doesn't bother me.
It don't bother. Like, this is why I rock with you. You say the name, you put it on there. At the number 10 show, other creators don't do that. We credit everybody. Even to my colleague Armon, he get upset when people don't credit him. He's upset. He's in his feelings. He got mad at DJ Academics. But sir, you don't credit other people when you get stuff because you don't want them to grow stuff. So you got to keep that same energy. And this is why, Milagro, I love my supporters. I will meet them all day because I rock with people that rock with me. Because regardless of what it is, I'm entertaining. I'm your favorite blogger. Tasha K always watches the show. Chelsea is Tasha K employee. I'm blocked by Tasha on all platforms. Guess who don't have me blocked? Chelsea. Why do you think that is? So she can see what I'm talking about to report it back to Tasha K. Tasha just removed the moderator because she's modding on the Wiley Show. They are intimidated by Wiley. If a person come on the show, Milagro, we could just sit and talk about apples. They will go back to that other show. They will trash them and will delete them. All because you was with Wiley. Now, that don't have nothing to do with Wiley. That just have something to do with them. They are intimidated. They have a major character flaw because at the end of the day, you shouldn't take it out on. I've had moderators that try to go other people's page and follow them on Instagram. They are all blocked because they work with Wiley. So and then I had to look at myself. I said, they see the gift. And I noticed it months ago. I said, I am talented and people are intimidated because I don't kiss their butt and I have a strong opinion and I have my own mind and I don't care sitting with the quote unquote popular kids. I will sit with the slow kids all day and make them pop. And the popular kids that they get in these groups and they get in all that, it'll be great and awesome. And we still here, independent, still strong. And I have the #1 podcast host ever to do it, Milagro. So, and you're not intimidated. Wiley, I don't want to say no name, cockeyed, mental elder. You put an address on it. These other folks, they will discuss me, insult me, and other different names, but they won't put I'm from the hood. And if you got something to say, put an address on it. So when Nique at Nite did not put an address on it, I felt some type of way because I'm reminded when people don't say my name, I said, I'm going to call that out, sister. You were wrong. Well, you were wrong.
I appreciate that. I feel like there are times where shit has to get addressed, and you may feel like you want to say something.
I had to address it.
For me, it wasn't really about Nique, which is why I haven't addressed her a particular way before because she been, popping her little shit. It really was about Megan Cuniff, because Megan Cuniff is the one in a particular position, doing what she's doing and really more of the puppet master, in my opinion, than anything. So that's, more so who my energy is for. Just to wrap up Nique Nite. I don't think twice about her. You know what I'm saying? She do some little stupid funny style shit. I see it. I have my response to it and I really go on by my business because she's a non-fucking factor in my life. And I feel like what I've learned, one of the things I've learned about this is to focus on who's present. I didn't get to grow up with my mom. I grew up with my grandparents. And so, sometimes you're looking and hoping for certain people to be around. And my granny would say, focus on who's here. Don't you dare sit up and disrespect the people that are present by yearning for people who didn't show up for you. And so that's something that has served me well, as I continue along this journey, focusing on all of the positive energy and the people that are pouring into me and what it is, that they have to say and what they think about shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what a lot of people should focus more on, that shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't never be too bothered by the naysayers or whatever else, because like I said, the people that pour into me, okay, we got a connection. I can go and I can, get rejuvenated, get that boost and, talk with them. You know what I'm saying? And get that. And so I think that's really important too. Focus on the positive.
And this is why I created WileyTheTroll.com is because I would tell you, I got tired of asking these bloggers, Shade Room, and the neighbors all to repost. They never repost. I said, how about I just do my own ish and do it great? And I did it because I just got tired of trying to sit with somebody else. I'm just going to create my own table. And now we're doing great. It's awesome. I love it. I'm in my own zone. In our chat, we don't allow you to be in the chat if you're not a member. You got to pay if you want to drag me. So we just in our zone. And I love the fact that I'm just independent. I'm great. And I didn't have to act. And I was glad because I heard your station head show. I'm glad that you put some respect on our name. And you said Wiley is right. And then you said, if I would have known that he was live, I would have joined. And I said, I'm going right. I don't know why she said, I'm going right back live to talk.
Yeah, I waited all night for you to get to me.
Yes.
And let you know how I felt. But
yes.
I know that you grew up in the church and you believe in God. It's a good thing when we're stretched beyond our limits and we're put in positions to have to work a little bit harder, because I truly do believe that God makes us work for our gift, sometimes. And he wants to see how much we're willing to sacrifice and how hard we're willing to work, before he blesses us with things and before, he elevates us. And so Wiley Detroit, it was a situation where you felt like, well, they're not giving me a certain type of recognition. So it pushed you to create your own. That may very well be exactly what God wanted you to do and what you needed to do to learn whatever it is that you need to learn, and for him to see that you're willing to work for what it is that you claim that you want. And so you have to be willing to wake up earlier and go to bed later, you know what I'm saying, and really fight, especially in a system where there are millions, hundreds of thousands of people that are trying to do what you're doing. So you have to figure out ways to stand out, and you have to reinvest, you know what I'm saying, in your platform. And you have to show your listeners as well that, I care. There are too many people that get up and you can tell they only care about that check on the 21st.
Yeah. That is so true. And that's why we meet our people. We go to the gun range, we meet our people, and people would say, Wiley, you only have 3 people to show up. I say I'd rather have 3 than to have 100 people that are fake that don't going to come. I'm not going to wait until I get to 1 million. I may not never get there. I'm going to worry about the people that are with me now and cater towards that audience. So
quality, not quantity.
Absolutely.
Because 3 people who came to see you, that wanted to see you, who were excited, that came with good vibes, is better than 100 people that came to be messy and ain't trying to pour into you or do a damn thing.
That is so true.
God bless the 3 people, and then it'll grow. You have to support someone. You have to be humble. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you, ma'am. And you learn from that. That's why I thank God that we are here. And I say, how can I be the best person? And I love that we were able to have this conversation. And I can't wait till you go back to the courthouse, because like I said, that what they did was just stupid. You actually dive into the court, what the judge said, what did the prosecutor say, what did the defense attorney say?
Right.
Like, you give us the facts of what the case, what happened. You and Armon, y'all did a great job. And
I want to say I have been willing, and I would be willing to again, to take a step back if too much attention was being taken away from Tory. I just want everybody to understand that as far as I'm concerned, he is at the center of this whole thing. It's his life that is on the line. This shit is not a joke. And that's just what everybody should be focused on. You know what I'm saying? Chronicling the case if that's what you're doing. Sending up a prayer if that's what you're doing. If you want to go support Megan, go do whatever it is that you want to do. But sitting up and breathing more life into shit that does not serve the ultimate purpose is unnecessary to me. It was she could have went and did whatever she wanted to do, but it was so unnecessary. Why did you need to sit up there with her? Why? Just to be fucking doing something. That shit lame to me.
I agree.
It's fresh.
I agree. I really, really agree. And like I said, I would never forget it. Like you'll be on your lunch, and I remember I was being shady, and you was like, Wiley, you better ask your words upset that you was eating. I said, she looks so good. I don't care what nobody said. Like your mouth, your aura, like your voice is just
You know, everything. The people, they ain't finna trick me out of my spot.
Okay.
They're not finna sit up and say, you got ignored by Tory Lanez, and get me to come back and say, how could I get ignored when blah, 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 and da, da, da. I don't feel the need to prove a point. I'm secure in my position.
Yes.
So whoever feels like he ignored me, I have the fucking video. You know, when you go live on Instagram, if you don't post it, you press Discord, it sits on your Instagram for 30 days.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. I actually had the video. I probably don't have it now because this was in December. I have the video where when Tori came out the door, I was recording and he said, "Hey," and then you can hear him saying, "You good? You got it right? We're gonna call you later." And they kept it pushing. But from whatever other angle was recorded, people say, "Oh, he ignored you." I could have put that video out and show for what? For what? Go cross-reference my name with his name on Twitter. How many times he got to shout me out? And shame on anybody, and including you. I feel like you were being facetious, but anybody who felt like maybe she fucking him. Shame on you for not being able to recognize what it looks like for somebody to work for something. I hate that, there's so many people that have lived in experience where they couldn't get a penny or a pinto unless they was coming off some pussy. I don't have to do that. I was recognized for my skill and my coverage, and I've continued to do just that. That's why I was given other opportunities. So stop selling yourself short. At first, the running joke was that I was online too much. But when I started to reap benefits of that, it turned into something else. No, that the hard work looks like this, and this is what the payoff looks like. And these
Absolutely.
are the places that you can get in. That's how that works.
And I think women, and that's for me being a male chauvinist and all that. I get it. People think, oh, she only doing that because she want to sleep with him. If a man was doing that, he don't get that same type of reaction. So
No, he doesn't.
yeah, that comes with you being a woman. And because even Armon asked you the question, you said he's attractive, but you're not in that for that. You're in that because you feel like he is.
He is. Ain't nobody finna sit up here and act like they can't see.
Okay.
Okay. Tory Lanez is handsome. He absolutely is. I saw him in those sweatpants. He do look like he got a big dick. And that is what they say. So what do you want me to say? No, I'm not having sex with him. But hell yeah, he look good than a bitch. Little paid, little fine ass nigga with the charisma. These hoes beat and fucked and suck too. Quit playing. Quit playing. If given the opportunity, child, they be sitting up there sucking dick, singing Proud Family. I'm gonna hear it.
I really just it was so I kind of like you it's just you just a brand within yourself. I love that about you. Like even when you worked with Riley, it matches. So you was just you. You didn't try to dim your light. You were you, and you was just dominating. Like continue to dominate. I didn't even know you was that active on Twitch until one day I went over there. You doing it over there, like you're really really doing it. Now, would you ever? This is one of the criticisms everybody asks. Would you ever do your monetization for YouTube?
No, because I don't feel like I can.
Okay.
I can't have the same type of. What would be the point of monetizing if I ain't gonna get paid for an episode unless I completely restructure my show? And I mean, of course, I could bite my tongue and not say this word and not say that word, but now you're not getting me. And a lot of people have a lot to say about the type of commentary I give. I do feel like I've gotten softer, because I understand our field and I understand our words hold weight and people are sensitive and whoop-de-whoop. But I came from the Def Jam era. I came up in a household where you was getting cussed out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We was watching Bernie Mac and Richard Pryor and shit like that. And so I give it up in a very raw type of way. Everybody cannot take that. Well, guess what? Guess what? Just like your mama used to do. They're going to put that plate in front of your ass. Either you're going to eat it or you're going to take your ass to bed hungry. Okay, that's what's going on in mob radio. You either gonna come your ass over here and understand how I'm giving it up, or you not. And so I'm so grateful to all of the people that have allowed me to be myself and who have accepted me for who I am. So it's not my job to worry about who doesn't get me. I'm received by who I'm supposed to be received by. And that's enough for me. And we have to be content in those things and feel grateful for those things. That's a beautiful thing. I can literally be myself. And everybody that can appreciate a bitch like me understands that shit. I'm their cousin from up the street. I'm the bitch from around the corner. They know me.
I love it. I really, really love it. Like I said, you go live on station here, Instagram, you on Twitch. I want to make sure, and in YouTube, you're everywhere. I want to make sure I give all the clout. And I think you do a podcast. Is this the podcast or no?
No, I have to get back up there. I was doing Rumble.
Okay,
I have to go and fix that. But yeah, whoever got a screen, I'm trying to get my shit on. I don't give a damn. That's how hard we have to work. I radio streaming all day like it's syndicated.
I love that, and I love the fact that you on there. I'm more hours. They say you like Milagro being on there for 4 hours. it's so much to talk about and it's so much in your zone. I used to listen to you a lot, but I'm so busy with covering what I'm covering. But when I can listen, I mean, I listen to your show. Like, it's so good because I used to troll in your chat, but man, I'm so busy now with this website. I don't have time to be in there trolling your
Well, let me
people.
tell you something that I love about the longer shows. To
Okay.
me, it's like training.
Mhm.
You know, it takes a lot of skill to hold the audience at, for hours at a time and to be live. And so you remain sharp when you're thinking off the cuff and when people are throwing things at you and you have to break these stories and you have to get into it and whoop. And I feel like we're not on tour doing stand-up comedy or some shit. So this is how we earn our stripes, by talking, and by continuing, you know what I'm saying, to press these keys. We have to practice. And so that's what it's like for me. It's like training. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I love that.
Of course. Yeah.
They said you got more views, Storm and Nique. Oh, and they said laughing emoji. They said love you, Millie. I don't know. Let me put it in so
Thank you.
see that. You have that. Yes. So you put in the work, and it does give me chops, and it's so many stories. So like I used to watch a lot of YouTubers, but I stopped doing it because I'm so focused on me, and I'm busy, so I don't have time to watch.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just don't have time like I used to. Like, damn, you don't have to. I don't have time. Is this because my mornings start like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to see what stories are breaking, what is trending, what can I talk about, what is like what it is, and I just do the work. And I was waiting on you to go to the trial because, like I said, I watch your Instagrams and I watch your live because you add a perspective that is different than the main quote unquote mainstream media, as they say. I love like your coverage, like your breakdown, because it's better than nobody other does it like you, and it is live.
And
you don't have to wait
if
till
there was any part of me that felt like Megan Thee Stallion is telling the truth, I would absolutely be on her side. There is no reason for me to get up and say I don't identify with her truth. What, just for the hell of it? I wish that I could have rallied around her and shit like that. I just don't feel comfortable doing it. So, there's so many people with different opinions and they don't like my stances on shit. Even you had mentioned Kaylin Walker earlier. Just briefly, I didn't say Kaylin Walker was innocent entirely. Kaylin Walker was accused of a multitude of rapes. Okay, with that being said, he was not prosecuted for every rape. So I was not inaccurate in saying I don't think he's guilty for all of these crimes. And that's all it ever was. There were certain stories that didn't make sense. There were other ones we never heard from certain people. There were certain people that never even came public. And so I feel like people continue to try to link me to things to try to, say that I'm more male identified about certain shit. Well, I've had a particular type of experience and people lie. That's men, that's women. So I stand for the truth. And if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So as it pertains to these different cases, I feel like it's imperative that you not waver. You know what I'm saying? Do your research, figure out how you feel, and stand there and plant your flag. There are too many people that you can't depend on. That's why people are, so fickle these days. They don't know who to trust. They don't know who to go to. They don't know if you're gonna be the same. And so I just feel like I offer consistency. Right, wrong, and indifferent. That's what the fuck I'm gonna stand on. And because people understand, my heart, they understand my intentions. And even when they don't agree, they can still be present. So people think I have a deep, intense hate for maybe people like Megan or Whoop the Whoop. I don't hate that girl. I want the best for her.
Yeah, because a lot because they be like, oh, she only like black men. She never defend black women. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That'd be like one of the things that she say about you.
And then I say thank you to Jessica Reed, who mentioned us in her book for helping advocate for her. And she went up against people like Charlemagne and shit like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. So, So are you going to interview her or no?
I don't know if she's open to interviews. I've never asked her for an interview, but she did thank us, Mob Radio, in the book, for coverage on her story and for raising awareness, you know what I'm saying, on what she had going on. And I appreciated that. Or there are many women that have come through that maybe are not as popular as that situation that Mob Radio has advocated for. We advocate for the everyday woman every day. You know what I'm saying? Every day we're covering news stories and we're lifting our voices to talk about children, mothers, fathers, people in our community, cousins, uncles, brothers, sisters, whoever, aunts, whatever. We talk about people every motherfucking day. and raise awareness, you know what I'm saying, for these different situations. So these things are bigger than Megan Thee Stallion, you know what I'm saying? And there are too many people that felt like, I want to write you off because you don't believe her. That never even listen to anything. Well, shame on you, bitch. You the one missing out.
I love the fact, just like you said, two-faced and all of that. I said, baby, I'm glad and I'm here, that I'm in my zone, because in this business, you have to believe in yourself. You have to put in the work. For you, what I've learned from you, your work ethic. I mean, you live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like live hours upon hours. And I
Right.
said, if she can do it by being a mother and a wife, I can
Mhm.
do it too. And I'm single with no children, so I can do twice as what she's doing. And I started putting in the work, and I was getting rewarded for the work, because I went to
Mhm.
Monique's show, and I remember I was at her thing. I didn't even know I was going to be on camera like that. I just forgot about it. And oh my gosh, people were flooding me with messages I was there. But I learned that from you. You was like, oh, networking, put in that work. And I did it. And
Mhm.
it's paying off. And I thank you for being an example of that, to show like the creators, like, put that time in. You don't have to just be on the internet for 5 minutes. You could do five. How long do you want to do it?
I mean,
Yeah,
YouTube is the new television for so many different people.
absolutely.
And the reason why so many different people became household names was because we saw them every day. So
Facts.
that's what my goal is. I want to inundate you. I want to pull it. I want everybody in your fucking household to know my fucking song when it come on. I want everybody to know my name. I want everybody to know my voice. I want, you know what I'm saying? The same way we watch shows, and you probably weren't even that invested, but you know who that is. You can spot
Absolutely.
them out in public if that's what we have to work for. And we don't have that push, and we don't have these endorsements. We don't have all of those resources, so we have to do it ourselves.
I agree. Because I remember one time I wanted to give up, blah blah blah, and then poof, I was going to Chicago to visit family. I'm at the airport looking for a lift, and a lady said, "Oh my gosh, Wiley!" And Trina Braxton just passed, and she said,
Mm.
"You told me about Trina," and she showed me the receipts. I said, "Oh my gosh, she got her breaking news from watching me." And from that moment, I said, "I'm going to always deliver and don't give up, because you're touching somebody." So that's why it's good to be outside, go to the airport, and I
And
went,
God is so faithful that just like when Jesus was on the cross and he said, why have you forsaken me? When we get to those points where we feel like we are spent
Mhm.
and we've done all that we can, God has a way of
Oh
coming.
yeah, Tracy Braxton. I'm sorry, Tracy. Go ahead. I'm sorry. It's
They
Tracy,
say,
not
"Oh,
Trina.
you didn't
Tracy.
kill the
Go
wrong
ahead.
sister, Lord
I
Jesus."
didn't get the wrong sister. It was Tracy Braxton. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But
Go ahead.
I didn't even catch it either. But yeah, in those moments, God will come through. You know what I'm saying? And he'll give you a word. God speaks through so many different or by so many different means. And so yeah, I feel like he'll come in and give you that reassurance and let you know, it's okay, keep going.
Oh yes, I believe that, and that's like God to just keep going, and
Mm-hmm.
truly God is truly blessing. Like, I hear that and I see that, and then when we met last month, a couple of months, we went to a black owned restaurant, and about almost like 10 of us showed up.
Oh,
And
good.
the lady was so happy. Angie was so happy. She couldn't believe it. She told me, she said, Wiley, I thought you were older, not by, because you look older, because how mature you are. And I didn't know how successful the show was. And I just love, and then we were sitting for hours just talking, and they was talking about my favorite things that I said that I forgot about. I'm like, oh, I forgot I said it. It's just such an honor. So that's why I will always go and meet and network with my people, and it's good. It's good. So I love, like, when I tune into your show. I was at the gun range and they said, "Hey." Nate was like, "Oh my gosh, I love Milagro," and you right, the way how she talked. Oh my gosh, I started watching. Like, he was such a fan because I talked about you on the show, and he started to become a fan of yours. So I've noticed. So when people started to tell me that, I said, "Wow, okay, let me talk about what I'm really into. I'm into politics, or I love Takashi 69. So let me start promoting other things that I really like. I like Roland Martin, White Fear. So let me start diving into that book, because when you start telling me that you start following a YouTuber because of what I said, now I'm going to really talk about 1,000 stories that I'm really interested in, because now I understand
We
the
should
power that I have behind this.
never limit ourselves.
Absolutely.
And
True.
and
You're
we
right.
should I think any content creator, you should be open to diversifying your content, because you could have people that strictly come to you for political segments. You can have people that come for celebrity news, different people that come for different things that ultimately add to your overall. So absolutely don't limit yourself and do whatever, you know what I'm saying, you feel comfortable doing, and speak on what you feel comfortable speaking on. And you know, hopefully you grow for those things because you learn, you get more experiences. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Oh yes.
And you reach all kind of people.
And that's why I was like, oh my God. And it's so much that I can talk about. Like when I take my notes and I come here in the show, and I never would have thought that we'd be on the phone together because like you were like, oh, Liz, this is, and I'll say, I'm taking Milagro out for crab legs. She was like, I'll stab you with that crab leg.
No, she was getting on my fucking nerves.
I like you a lot. I like when you cuss me out. I like your voice. You are so entertaining, like your twang, like your and you're beautiful at this. Like that's just the icing on the cake. Like everything about you, like you're a powerful, dynamic person. You're very entertaining. I like when you upset. I like when you cuss it. Like I like when you drag Nique. It was so funny. I like it. I like because I was raised on drunks and mama cussing radio.
You should not compare me to drunks.
I mean, not drunks, but you know, they be cussing people out. That's what I was raised like under until I like moved with my grandmother, and it was like the church part. But before I moved with Granny, when I go to my mama's house and auntie, I was like, those cussing. I would get cussed out, cockeyed, you know, all this stuff I hear on YouTube. Baby mama and them would say when I was in the house. My brothers and sisters would say. So I was raised under that dysfunction. That stuff kind of turns me on. I like to, you know, that drama. I'm obsessed with drama. When I was holding a gun, I like that. I was turned on by that. I like drama. I like it when you say you in a gang or you a thug, you know, you got warrants, you running from the cops. That's like a turn on me. Okay. I just like drama. I don't know what it is. Maybe because I was raised in Englewood and in Southside gangs and all that. I just like it. You know, I really like
maybe you should get a grill.
No, I don't want a grill. Absolutely no. Like Blueface.
You should get a grill and a white tee.
No, I don't want to do anything. I like Blueface. I like when he be getting her together and Krishan be crying and getting her together. I just like I love drama. I love it. So that's why I project drama on the show. I love it. Like in my personal life, I'm just an introvert, just going. But entertainment wise, I love me some drama. I watch because I look at the show. I watch a lot of wrestling, so I look at a storyline, like who I'm going to talk about today. Sometimes I'm gonna be the baby face, or sometimes I'm gonna be the bad. That's how I play. So I could be two-faced, but it's all a storyline. And you meet me a person, I'm just.
But think about if you did that. Like think about if you did a 15-minute spotlight on wrestling. How many people love wrestling?
Wrestling, a lot of people love it.
Yeah, go up there and still are so invested in those things. So those things that you're interested in, don't limit yourself and get
absolutely, absolutely.
But you know what? It's a fine line because sometimes, like I like The Sims, for example. People want me to play. Well, that's something I enjoy. And once you start making certain things content, sometimes it can, take that joy away.
Away from the joy part. Absolutely.
Yeah, so just whatever you feel comfortable doing.
Yeah, absolutely. They said, really, Wiley get turned on when you cuss them out. All right, go ahead. Yeah, I do. I love it. A
lot of people like for me to cuss them out.
Yeah, I love it. It's fun. I love it. What is next for? My last question is, what is next for you? Any projects? I know you said you're supposed to work with Joe Budden. Is it a deal have been signed? Is it something you want to announce?
Hollywood is so much like that episode of Martin where he was talking to Varnell Hill. Where it was like, come to my house and we'll go fishing and in the lake and shaboing boing. And you get down there, you know what I'm saying? And niggas act like they don't know what you're talking about. So I don't ever get too invested, you know what I'm saying, in the compliments and different things like that. Don't get knocked off your pivot, like off your sword. Like don't get too caught up. People get big head. Oh, such and such said this about me now, and they start focusing on what they got going on. If I had set aside Mob Radio every time somebody paid me a compliment or somebody in a position showed interest, I wouldn't have shit. So it ain't nothing till it's something. So different people have said different things, and I'm open. You know what I'm saying? And if things work out, then cool. But as it stands, I'm doing Mob Radio.
Absolutely. I saw a video. You said you're no longer working with Riley. Is that true? Or because I know if somebody recorded you, and I didn't get an understanding of that. What's the update on that? Are you still doing a show or with that every Thursday?
So as it pertains to that, we did a every Tuesday night show.
Okay.
And so anybody who has been supporting and listening to Onsite, thank you so much. But for everybody that has been listening, it's been maybe a month and there hasn't been a show. And so there's what I said then and what I'll say now is that there's a conversation that will be had. And I don't want to not give the opportunity and the proper respect for that conversation to be had at one time and for everybody to say what they have to say. But just in everybody reading in between the lines, and because I do feel like the audience is owed something, I think people, can see.
Yeah, because I heard I just
You know what
so
I
I
mean? So I don't think it's a big mystery. But is there bad blood? Absolutely not. Is it what people have tried to make it and speculate about? Absolutely not. So whenever that conversation is had, it'll be had and everybody will get to, hear. But yeah. So everybody just read in between the lines.
okay. So whenever you're ready to share,
right,
we will be there. I have my notebook and pen. I'm here to take my
man.
notes there. But thank you. Like I said, y'all can catch her every day on all platforms. Station Head. I mean Twitch. You even stream on YouTube as
Mhm.
well. You can catch her out all everywhere. Like she's on Twitter. You on Instagram. Like you're everywhere. So y'all make sure y'all go and check her out and Mod Radio. And I love it. I couldn't even say your name at one point, Milagro. I used to mess it up. I could not pronounce her name for nothing. But now
You
I see
still
it.
can't.
Is it? Oh, is still can't Milagro?
Milagro.
Milagro. Okay,
Milagro.
Milagro. Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Milagro. Okay, I
Milagro.
love you. And so wherever I'm in Houston, I'm gonna come and view you in Houston. I
You
hope.
keep on saying that shit, but you ain't made your way to Houston yet. Dallas ain't there for you. Scared?
No, I'm just really in the zone. Like I haven't really even experienced Dallas like that.
Okay, you went to see Monique.
I did with okay.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I was just gonna say one thing. I'm a huge fan, but I'm gonna come to Houston and come see you. And I love you. I love what you do in this show. What you do for media. You are one of the best to do it, and I can't wait to see you on even a higher, major scale, like movies or hosting your own night, like night show, and on a
And I think that anything that I'm blessed with,
yes,
everybody in this space should feel like, you know what, that opens another door for me. We need to
yes.
support each other a lot more and a lot better than what we do. And so I just feel like that's a positive thing. Whatever happens for any of us in these spaces that elevates us, it shows that we can be taken seriously. Everybody wants to sit up and talk their shit, but there are people who are now actually paying more attention to YouTubers because of my coverage on that case.
You did. Oh, I
You know
give
what
you
I mean?
that.
So these things
Absolutely.
are important.
Absolutely. So, well, May 8th, you will be back. And we
In
will
a new wig, in a new outfit, acting like it's a fashion show. And I don't give a fuck what picture these hoes take from the back, from the side, or nowhere else. They still want to fucking lick my pussy.
That's true. Okay. Thank you so very much,
Thank
Milagro.
you. Thank
Thank
you. And
you.
thank your audience. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Okay, you guys, yeah. So now I am about to go to this other segment of the show where you, the viewers, can sound off and give your thoughts of it. Again, this show is brought to you by www.wileyshow.com. Where we get all the news. We don't just do celebrity gossip. We talk about everything that's on my mind, that's trending, church, whatever, local news, whatever is going on. We talk about it, movie reviews, whatever. Rainbow Love, you there? Are you there?
Am
Rainbow
I
Love.
on?
Yes, you are. How you
Am I
doing?
on?
Yes, you are.
I'm
Uh-huh.
doing good. I want to say,
Okay.
fuck that crack.
You got you fruited. No, no, no. Okay. But you can't do all that cussing up here. Now, Rainbow Love, if you send a cash app, let me put the cash app on the screen. Okay. You send a cash app, 100 bands, $100, then you can cuss. Okay, give me a second. Let me put it up on the screen here. $100, and you can sit and do that the cussing. Okay. All right. There you go. I sent it to you. Okay. All right. All right. Then we give you a $50 discount if you can show yourself on camera, Rainbow Love. Got to show yourself on camera. All right. Yeah, you can't do all that. See, Milagro, she the star. And you know what I'm saying? She can cuss, but you just can't get up there and try to cuss and drag. So if you want to do that, that is the cash out. We got Zale, WileyShow@gmail.com, Zale. You also can do the PayPal as well. So if you hit the 100, or you get a 50% discount if you show yourself on camera, and then you can do that as well, because you can't come over here and do all that ignorant stuff. Okay, come over to my station here. Moderators drop the station here, and you come on the station here. You can do all the cussing you want to do on station here, because you just want to get up here and act ignorant and cuss. You gotta Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. We can drop the link again. Give me a quick second. We could drop the link again. All right. Don't be afraid to hit the link. You won't be able to see nobody on the screen but me. Okay. We could drop it again. I think I like Millie, even though she dogged me and blocked me on Twitter. LOL. I like her. And see, the thing is, she said, she actually, is it because you two-faced it? I can be two-faced it, but you see what you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? But one thing, people are intimidated by me is because we're talented and because they don't want us to grow and because they feel like they're insecure in that. I thought I was insecure. I'm no longer insecure. I've been stopped that a long time ago. But a lot of these people you think insecure, they're very insecure. Baby, go over there and mention Wiley name. Go right now. Love Maria. Mention Wiley name and these people watch how they cuss you out. They're insecure about Wiley talent. They're insecure about Wiley talent. Oh, you want to call in? You under another platform. Jim Love. Do you want to cuss or what?
Hey,
Hi.
how are you?
Doing good. Can you mute? Hold on. Are you outside in a park somewhere? What's all I know is?
Oh no, I'm watching a movie.
Okay. If you can't cuss, I'm gonna put you off.
I'm not gonna cuss. I'm not gonna cuss. I just want to say that you're
See, you said where you gotta be a little bit quick. Okay. I'm so sorry. You want to say that and you on another page, Jim Love. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. You got to be a little bit more quicker than that. You got to be a little bit more quicker than that. Oh, yeah. You got to be a little bit quick. You got to be a little bit more quicker. Now hit the link again. Now try again. We're gonna give you another chance. Try again. Come on. Oh, you can't even comment. Try again. Oh, try again. You got to be a little bit more quicker. See, what you should have did is pretend like to talk, then you do the insult. You got to be quicker than that. I'm quick. Even with my female friend, I was quick. I done came in 4 minutes. Before she got up 5 or 6 moans in, I didn't bust. You got to be a little bit more quicker than that. Oh, you can't hit the link, Paul. Oh, we got them blocked. Oh, yeah. Oh, you banned forever. Sorry to that man. So now you're gonna have to track me down on Station Head and drag me on Station Head. Yeah. Got to go to Station Head. We the Wiley Show. When we go live after this show, you got to go there on Station Head and you got to cuss me out. Oh, you tried to do it. Oh, you can't. You banned. It ain't gonna work. No matter what account you pick, you ain't gonna be able to come on because you banned. Oh, we gonna put the phone number up. Give me a second. So if y'all want to call in, hey, what's up?
I'm calling because I was just listening. I just want to say Millie is one of the greatest.
Yes.
All day, 24/7. It's just something about her voice that does it for me, especially when she types. Down. And like that's what caught me as well. I love when she types and she types down. You do it as well too. But I want to say she speaks so eloquently.
Yes.
Like she's the it factor. Like it's no tea, no shade. And I love how she respects you. Even though when you key on her, it's trolling. Like you can't get mad at Wiley. Wiley is Wiley.
Yes.
But I also want to say to Nique at Nite. I don't normally listen to her, but when you put her name in the title, and when I dragged her, she had a rebuttal. And she was like, for example, I can't call her for verbatim, but it's like the 15-minute mark. Like she's LA and she don't know how people get it up from LA. Like she wanted to fight Millie. That ain't happening, man.
Oh, wow.
Is the boss.
I heard that.
But I just want to say I love you.
Love you.
Like you're the it factor as well. I love your website.
Love you. Love you. And thank you for
happening for you guys.
and thank you so very much for your support, Icon, because you always been supportive.
No problem.
Okay.
And I waited up for this.
Yes.
Okay, work in the morning.
Yes. Love you.
And I see you. Keep doing your thing. Don't stop.
Don't stop. Thank you. I won't stop. Thank you, brother. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so if you want to call in, moderators, if you're in the chat, y'all know the number 972-674-9462. This is the time for any of y'all that want to call in to give your thoughts. That is the thought process. If you want to call in, that is a thought process. That is a thought process when you want to call in. Hello. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hi, you were just talking to, who was the girl, Millie?
Yes, Milagro Gramz, the host of
Milagro
my
Gramz. I think she's fake. All her news is fake. I think she lies to her supporters. Everything that she talks about, she's clearly been wrong about, and they follow her blindly. I mean, she lied about the whole case. I don't know. Is that like her claim to fame?
So are you a fault? Did you listen to what she said or no?
No, I used to listen to her, but she lies so much.
So
I mean, that's what she does.
So when the last time you listened to her?
About 4 days ago.
So, but you said she's fake. Why are you listening to a fake person?
No, I used to listen to her. Like I'm saying, I used to support her. But then I realized, like, a lot of things that she says is, like, she does extra. Like, she lies about a lot of things. Like, even, like, the whole case, right? She's been lying to her whole, like, the people that listen to her, she just lies to them. Like, everything she said about the case was totally wrong. And I think you were the only one that stood by Meg's side, right?
Absolutely, I stood by Meg's side. But I'm confused, though. You said she's fake. You don't listen to her. But you listen to her 4 days.
I used to listen to her, but like when people started sending stuff like today, like, okay, so I listened to her stream today. I was like, okay, like, let me give her a chance because, you know, she does get a lot of hate and she's very popular.
Okay.
So I listened to her stream today that she did. And she was basically saying how, like, oh, Tory had a gag order and he's never spoke to anyone. But if you go on any, I can give you the actual YouTube page. She goes on station head every day. This is her mistake that she makes because she has a very big mouth. She admitted on her station head all through 2020, 2021 that Tory Lanez came to her and told her the story and what happened and admitted that Tory gives her information.
So, well, what I'm understanding is you said that she's a liar, correct? Did you say that?
At first, when people were believing her, because I think when people were getting advice from her, it seemed believable. Like when the whole case was going on, like how you know how she was going by with each academic.
Yeah,
like,
I hear you. But you
lying.
said Milagro is a liar. Did you say that?
Yeah,
Yes or
when
no?
I found out when I researched. Yeah.
So okay, you did your research, but then you
Yeah.
recently just listened to her. So
I wanted to make sure I didn't want to hear it from no one else. Like you always kept the same energy, and that's what I respect about you. You just admitted right now, like, yeah, you could be two-faced. At least you keep it real. She doesn't keep it real.
So my thing is that did you call? I want to ask you a question. Did you call her on her show? Because you know she go on station head. Did you ever call?
All she does is block people. She doesn't like to be wrong, and that's the thing. Like when she came on, I wanted to believe what she was saying. Like, okay, let me not listen to other YouTubers. Let me do my own research. And everything she basically said today is like she contradicted everything that she said.
Well, my thing is this, but this is where I know you're one of those type of people that say call people liars, but you still watch. If she's such a liar, why do you watch her?
I'm saying I watch her. I'm saying like I used to like because obviously like when this stuff was going on, I just didn't want to believe just one person from one narrative. To me, I like to see different
But you watched her
perspectives.
today, her appearance today. You watched her today on the Wiley Show.
I watched it today because I wanted to see like what she was gonna say about the whole interview for Meg's magazine. And it's like every time she talks about Meg, she comes across
Well, it
It's
doesn't
like
matter
it's
about
funny
that, but
because
you're
she's so
saying
angry.
that she's a liar, and if she's a liar, then no truth is in her. Why are you still watching her?
No, I'm telling you, no. I have friends and family that listen to her. So I'm saying, like, when I'm in the house cleaning up, they're listening to her. So I'm saying that's what I.
Oh, so now you have families and
I'm
friends. They listen to a liar. So what about your families and friends? They support a
I'm
liar.
saying I listen to my own stuff. Like, I'm a fan of yours, but I'm saying when you're listening to stuff, and I was like, oh, is that the girl that was giving the response? Like,
But
to,
I know you. But you
the
said
academic?
you said your family and friend listen to her. So do you
Yeah,
tell them
honestly,
not
like,
to?
there's people who listen to you. There's people who
Honest,
listen to you.
I
Like,
no. We
can't
ain't talk
just tell
about me.
people
We
not to
talk about
listen to
we talk
people.
about Milagro. So do you tell your family don't support a liar?
No, because I'm not gonna. That's not my thing. I just was listening to her today, and I was like, that's interesting. She said one thing, but then she said something else.
But
I
you
was just
but
trying
you
to say, like,
said
how
but
do
you
you feel
said
about
four
that?
but you said you listened to her 4 days ago too. So that's another time you listened to her.
Yeah, I'm saying because obviously this case is still ongoing. So I'm saying, like, obviously you listen to different people. What I'm saying is she's the one pushing the narrative. Like, when the whole, like, basically saying she wasn't shot. Then she was the one when the blogs were all posting the police report. That was all from her. And to me,
Okay,
it seems
but
like
she not the only, she not the
she's
only one.
very biased.
She not the only one that said it. But what I'm saying is, if she's all these things today, 2023, for an we in April, you know what I'm saying, April the 19th, you're still listening to her. So my understanding is, you can't change her. She's gonna be who she is, but you're still listening to her.
No, I'm saying people take advantage of people's situation. Like, that's the only thing she has going for herself. Like, for her to even call you, like, the things she says about you is nasty. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's where she gets her clout from.
But my
She has
thing is,
nothing else to talk
what
about.
I want to educate you on, when people say, "Oh, she's a liar," "Oh, this person's a liar," and you keep listening
She's
to
a
her.
liar. I found out today she's a liar because I wanted to
no,
know what
but
she
you
was saying,
found
'cause
out.
she pushes
You
the
didn't
narrative
find
for
out.
the
You didn't find out today. You said she was lying months ago, but you still listen to her today.
No, I'm saying when you, like, if you're listening, I'm saying, like these academics, right? Like, people only get news from certain people, so they believe what they're pushing. So what I'm saying is, when we all heard different stories, you go from different narratives. So I'm saying I'm just listening to different people, and when I researching these academics, I found out he lies about things, not the case, just certain things about certain people pushing narratives. What I'm saying.
So do you still listen to DJ Academics? Do you still listen to him?
No, I don't listen to him. I'm saying this is
Who?
the stuff.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you lie?
I don't need to lie.
Have you ever lied? Have you
feel the
ever
need to
lied?
lie. Yes, everyone has lied in their house. But I don't lie on people without facts.
No, no, there's no such thing. Don't lie on people without facts. Have you ever lied before?
Yes, because if you went out, I've lied before, but I don't lie on people and push narrative.
I said, have you ever lied before?
Everyone's lied, yes, but I don't lie.
I'm talking about you. When the last time you lied?
I can't remember when I lie. I don't need to lie to people. I live a normal life.
I asked you a question. When the last time have you told a lie?
I don't understand what you're saying. Like, she lies.
I'm talking about you now. When the last time you told a lie?
I don't remember the last time I lied because I don't lie to people about this.
Did you lie did you lie today?
No, I didn't lie today.
Did you lie yesterday?
I mean, it's like you're pushing her narrative. What
I'm not pushing. Again, last time I checked, me and you are talking. You're saying that everybody have lied, and you're still giving grace to everybody else.
About a case, she can get sued for defamation.
It does, but we're not talking about her. We're talking about you and your line, and you have grace, correct? Did you have grace when you lied?
I said I didn't lie about anything. I don't know what you're speaking
about. So you said that you did lie, but you did say you lied before, correct?
I said everyone has lied in their life. Everybody, people listening, you, me. I'm saying we lie, but I don't lie on people. I don't make up.
That doesn't make okay. I understand that, but the key word, you have lied. And when I'm telling you, sis, you had grace, and no one threw you away, and you still do. You do.
Grace from what? You're not grace from what? Grace from what have I lied about?
You say you lied. I don't know what you lied about. You say everybody have lied, correct?
I said I lied. I said everyone has lied in their lifetime, meaning people can make up stuff. Like if someone said, "Oh, do you think I'm attractive?" and I say yes, but it's a lie. That's what I mean. I'm not lying on people. But
you did lie on people. If a man come to you and you say you're attractive, you say he's sexy and he's not. That's a lie. You lying on people.
I'm not lying on a person I can get sued for.
You can get lied and sued on anything, man.
Everyone knows she's a liar. Everyone knows she's a liar.
She never been sued. Let me break this down to you. She never been sued for defamation. You do know that. Milagro never been sued for defamation.
Just like Tasha K, they said she wasn't sued. DJ Academics is currently getting sued. People
But again, we're not talking about DJ Academics. We're not talking about Tasha. We talk about Milagro. She never been sued for defamation.
Milagro is an insecure woman. She's overweight and she's jealous of Megan Thee Stallion.
So can I see, ma'am, can I see how you look?
I look better than her.
No. That's what you say.
I don't need filters.
Can I see how you look?
That's a fact. That's not a lie.
Sister, again, hear me clearly. Can you please send me pictures on how you look?
Where can I send them?
Right now. This is my number. Text it. I want to see how you look.
I'm not gonna send my telephone number. Just text me. Is there like?
This is no, ma'am. You call, ma'am. You're calling me right now on my personal number. So text me your.
Talk about Millie being a liar.
But you also call into her look. So I'm asking you, sister, to take a picture. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on 1 second, ma'am. Let me see how you look. Can you send me a picture on how you look?
Doesn't Millie talk about everyone's looks? Doesn't she say everyone's?
I'm asking, ma'am. You said, did you?
Millie, you know she's a liar.
Ma'am. Can you please send me a picture so I can see how you look?
Yes, I will send a picture, but can you admit that Millie's a liar?
I need to see how you look first because you said you look better than Millie. What? Can I be the judge to that?
I know I look better than her. I don't use filters.
That's your thought. That's your thought. I need to confirm that. I just can't take your word. Can you please send me the picture right now?
I will not be sending a picture. I'm talking about Millie being a liar.
So you don't want to send me the picture, but you said, but you just lied to me and said you would send me the picture.
Pictures. You want, but what does the difference make? She is a liar.
But ma'am, you know I'm gonna throw your argument out of it. You called that woman a lie, and then you said, Wiley, I'm gonna see you the picture, and then you said, I'm not gonna say. Then you lied. So you in the same boat. You a liar.
No, I'm not in the same boat. She lies on people for clout, meaning you're pushing a narrative. That's
well, you just lied to me and said that you was gonna send me the picture, and now you're not gonna send it. That's a lie.
Send a picture. I said, how do you send a picture DM? I'm just a normal person.
You can send a picture on the text, ma'am. So you don't know how to send a picture doing a text message?
No, I said I'm not sending my phone number through a text.
No, ma'am. I think you got it confused. Let me break it down to you, okay? You're calling me on your number, right? On your mobile phone. I'm saying send me a picture to this number that you're talking to me with. The same number you call in, send me a picture so we can see how you look.
Okay. So what? There's no conversation until you see how I look. I look better than her.
I want to confirm that. Can you say?
I mean, you could be lying too. You see, that's the same point.
No, I just, ma'am. Before we get to me, I want to see how you look.
I look good. And that's not a lie.
Can we get some confirmation of that? Can we get some confirmation of that?
What's the confirmation? I said I look good. That's not a lie. That's a fact.
Can I see it? Can you confirm that by a picture? I need to see a receipt.
You know, it's funny when I look at these comments, it's usually the black women.
See this again. Ma'am. We talk about Milagro. And you said she's a liar. You look better. And I want to see a picture. Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you so very much, ma'am. Okay, thank you so very much. God bless you. God bless you. Okay, God bless you. Oh, thank you so very much. Whew, now she got up there and lied and talking about she look good, but don't want to send me a picture. What in the world is going on? She said all this stuff and said, I don't lie. I never lied. All people lie. I'm going to see a picture. I ain't going to send it. I don't know how to do it. Lie. Oh, the hypocrisy. Chit Chat, you live on the air. Chit Chat.
Oh, I had my mic turned off. How are you tonight?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. Did you watch Milagro and Armon Wiggins live when they first covered what happened with them being banned out of the courtroom?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And I think you talked about this. I think it was last week, the same night or the next day after they went live. So you covered it really, really fast. And I called and I said that I thought for one that Megan should have been apprehended the same way that they were apprehended. There's just no way around that. That's just that. I don't care if you don't like Armand, Millie, Megan, just period. That's my stance on the whole thing. But there was something very interesting that Armand said in that live. When he had a private conversation with Megan, he stated that he was trying to explain to her that I know I'm a black gay man, but I'm not linked in or bumped into one category just because I'm a black gay man. And it's really strange to me. This is what this conversation is riding on. Black people. The whole thing surrounding it is Millie and Armand wants the general public to understand the discrimination that took place in the courtroom due to the hue of their skin tone. But the first opportunity Armand got to separate himself as a separate entity from black people, he took it. So I'm still side eyeing him. In terms of Millie and Nique at Night, I think because Nique at Night went down with Street TV and retrieved those documents and she played the audio, and I listened to the whole video. I don't know how yourself or your audience perceived it, but in my opinion, there was not a pause in the gunshots. And I heard Millie just state to you, Mr. Wiley, that the only problem, like she was saying, people were saying that I was jealous because she went down there and got the transcripts and videos. And I was never jealous because I could have done the same thing. I think in Millie's situation, she was never going to go and retrieve those documents and play it because it would have contradicted everything that she had led her audience to believe when she stated there was this big major pause in the the gunshot. So she would not have went and retrieved documents that would have contradicted her statement. So I didn't get why she was saying to Nick at Night that, oh, I'm not jealous because you did this. She clearly said on the live the same day that Nick at Night played those footages on her channel that the reason why I'm mad is because what she did, it undid everything that I already told y'all. So she clearly, because she has the bigger platform, she's more popular. She was the head runner of this Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion trial. She wanted to control the narrative. The moment that someone came with evidence, being Nick at Night, that looked like it was making her look like a liar, she blew up and went off. And then let's fast forward back to the courtroom. When she did go live, and I think I told you this. I can't remember the conversation you were having on your live. I called in one night and you were speaking about black media. And I said, it's people like Nosy and other people. And I said, because of the way that they handle themselves, it's going to make it harder for YouTubers to be respected as media personality. And I also said in the same breath, but I don't want to seem like sit down, abide by the rules, be quiet, and you'll get picked. I said that to say this. When you're in a professional atmosphere, as you stated tonight earlier in your live, when you were speaking about issues with people handling the criminal background situation here in Texas and how unfair it is, and you were on the phone with some state representatives and they knew of your mental incapacities, the gentleman told you, Mr. Wiley, when you come to such places and you get on the phone with such people, the behavior that you're exemplifying tonight is what needs to show up when you start to speak on these issues, is what you said, basically, right?
Absolutely.
And I
Yes.
said that to say this. While no one can tell anyone how to act, and Millie is free to act however she wants to act and represent herself however she wants her representation to be. And I brung those topics up about what you said tonight just to drive the point home. If you're in a court of law and your soul for this man's life is in jeopardy, you have to bring a certain professionalism. While I do not think that it was right how they chose to not even give her and Armon a warning, not so much Armon, but more Millie. I think Armon got debunked by default because of his association with Millie. Millie was cursing on the live in the courtroom. She was talking about people in the courtroom. She was being totally disrespectful and unprofessional. If you want to then step into a space where you become a media personality slash youth slash journalist, Millie, you do have to clean the image a bit. You do. This is not your YouTube platform where you get to say, I don't care about monetization. I feed a certain demographic, and the people who I feed, they support me, and they make it possible for me to stand on this platform without even having to get monetization because they feed me, right? So I'm not going to even let that control me. But you're in a court of law now, Millie, and you're clearly stepping up to a higher elevation. Where in your mind, Millie, would you feel like it's okay to represent yourself in the way that you represent yourself on your YouTube channel and you're stepping in the court of law? So while I am and I do understand your stance, and I'm happy that she shared you, that she mentioned your name. She doesn't act like she doesn't see you, and I'm happy that you got that recognition from such a big name as Milagro Gramz. Congratulations to you. Keep up the hard work. You're doing good, because with her doing that, it's going to force these other people that act like, oh, we don't see Wiley, we don't see Wiley. They're gonna have to see you.
Yes.
Millie recognized you, and I respect that you're trying to respect their relationship.
Yeah, also too, I want to also say this. When Milagro Gramz, when they broke the rules, Armon and Milagro broke the rules, technically broke the rules. I didn't like how Megan Keenan was on her laptop and she got a pass on that, right? And then I also didn't like that the courts, they decided to give them a pamphlet and decided them to get an email to sign some paperwork or whatever about the rules and everything. They should have gave Armon and Milagro Gramz a warning and say, hey, you can't do this, guys. This is updated information about the court. They should have done that. They didn't do it. And I feel like that was an injustice of the courts because they did not want Black people in the court. I also would like to add on to that, Milagro and Armon, number one, they're Black. And I'm always say we got to stand for our people first. Never, ever allow Karens to infiltrate our space and we take the Karen side and we throw away our Black brothers and sisters. What I didn't like about Nique at night, she decided not to credit Milagro Gramz. Never do that. You in front of a Karen. And her job always, when she's talking about Trump, she got to say Donald Trump. To be a respected journalist, you can't call him the orange man. You got to say former President Donald J. Trump. You can't say you know who. No, you can't do that. You have to give credit where credit is due. And if he's being discussed, just like Milagro is being discussed, she's being discussed. So you must credit where that person is being discussed. And if you ain't going to credit, then don't mention me, period. And that's what I have to say. And I will not allow a Karen to infrastruct a predominantly Black space. Tory Lanez, last time I checked, he Black. Milagro is Black. Armon Wiggins, Black. And also Nique is Black. So you need to use wisdom and say, okay, let me put some respect on Milagro Gramz's name and also credit her. And so, you know what I'm saying? Even though I may not like her, but still, she's the topic of discussion. And then also I would ask Megan Keenan, I would say, question, why were you able to sit on your laptop and be able to do that and not be removed? And you see that Armon and them were able to get their media position. Did you care to comment on that and get her on the record? And then we can have dialogue about that. So I feel like though it was a failure of Nique to not ask Megan Kunin these questions, it was a major character flaw of hers to ask her that question. So that's where I'm going to come for that point of view. I don't care that it's not against the rules that you can't cuss. Cussing is a freedom of speech. It's no rules in the court that say, oh, you can't use profanity. You can use profanity. There's nothing wrong with using profanity. That's not against the courtroom. She's not on trial. She's not in the courtroom. The judge is the court is not in session, so there's nothing wrong with her language. She speaks spicy, right? But what I have an issue with is the court, predominantly white folks, have decided to have these rules to revoke the credentials of Armon Wiggins and Milagro. I feel like it's an injustice. I feel like it's wrong. I feel like it's trying to silence Black media outlets, because let's be clear, you won't even know anything about this case if it wasn't for the coverage of Armon and Milagro Gramz in this YouTube space, because you probably never even heard of Megan Kunin. And the only reason why we know about Megan Kunin is because Black media like Kyle from Neighborhood Talk, Angie from the Shade Room, Jason from Hollywood Unlocked, they went out of their way to go and put the slave master great-great-granddaughter on their Black platforms. And these same Black people, Mr. Kyle, Angie, and Jason, they scream Black media supporting Black. But soon when they had an opportunity to put other Black people on, like Milagro, like Armon Wiggins, they stayed silent and they promoted the slave master great-great-granddaughter on their platform. And last time I checked, she ain't Black, she ain't in the culture. And I can understand if she was only one, but you had other people that's in this space that is Black that should have gotten that coverage. And I'm calling it out. I'm checking them. I don't give a darn if they block me. Who gives a darn? I'm just saying it's right is right. And you can't be telling me, Jason, have these parties with Black media folks eating apples and grapes, that you support Black media when you are in a position to put other Black outlets on, and you ignoring them and putting a Karen on that don't give a darn about you. Because I guarantee you, if you're in a crisis and you're going through something, you're going to be going on Black media to cover what you're doing, because Megan Kunin ain't gonna cover it because she don't see it for you. The same thing with Angie in the Shade Room. The same thing with Kyle from Neighborhood Talk. They must do a better job making sure that they're focusing on Black media, because they're Black media themselves. And I have to check it because I don't like it that it's reminding me that, oh, I love this water because it's by a white-owned restaurant. I ain't gonna go to the Black-owned restaurant because they water are different. No, it's the same water. I feel like the reason why we can't compare and compete like the rest of these outlets is because Black folks in a position of power, like Kyle from Neighborhood Talk, Andrew from the Shade Room, Jason from Hollywood Unlocked, and Jasmine Brandon and other, and Ball Alert, rest of them, they are so quick to promote others instead of promoting the people that look like them.
And you drove home some very good points, Wiley. And you know what? You are absolutely correct. We do have to call things out when we see an injustice for our people. I 100% agree with you. And to your point, I would just like to say it's really hard. I'm just speaking for me. It's hard for me, and it goes back into and I called your channel because you opened up the conversation for it. And I said, well, you know what? I'm not going to get mad with Mr. Armon Wiggins anymore, because as a Black woman, I can control where my eyes go, right? And I'm one who believes in feed your spirit things that are going to make it grow and nourish and flourish. When I go to this brother, I don't see him stand up for Black women. I see him call us monkeys. I see him tell us that transgenders are the new woman. I see him tell us that transgenders, that we're copying transgenders aesthetic. I see him any opportunity he gets to trash a Black woman of a darker hue, he does. That's just my personal opinion. Doesn't mean that it has to be everybody's opinion of Armon. So it's really hard for me.
So when the last time you listened to the Armon Wiggins show?
Now, let me, because I know what you're finna do with that. Just like you did that other caller, you hung her up and you wanted her to contradict herself in her conversation. Remember, I think you know about me because I call your channel a lot. And I always tell you, I'm for my people. And so, hey, let me tune in and see what he's talking about today, because see, he's having a conversation today. According to the title, that makes sense. This title doesn't have anything in it that's not going to feed my spirit and tell me as a natural born woman that I should look to some man on how to be a woman. So the title read, hold on, let me answer. Hold on. because I know where you're going with that.
No, I'm because
the last time I watched
this is the point that I'm making, that y'all say this and y'all be lying. Y'all say that Armon say this about black women, but you're still watching. I'm not understanding if he's saying this about black women in episode 3. Why are you watching episode 8, 9, 10, or 11?
Okay, let me ask you a question. They say that certain foods are filled with GMOs, and we should be eating stuff that's non-GMO. Are you still consuming some of that food that the white masses have become billion-dollar corporations?
There's some people that's not eating it. It's some people.
No. I'm just asking. Are there some?
No. For me, that argument only work when I say don't eat it and I'm still eating it. What I'm saying is, speaking about,
but there are things that we
Speaking about Armon Wiggins,
do you still watch the Super Bowls?
Hold on. Speaking about Armon Wiggins.
No. Do you still watch the Super Bowls?
1 second. You said
do you still watch?
Hold on. 1 second. Yes. You speaking about Armon Wiggins. You said your arguments were, I don't support a man that called black women monkeys. I don't support a man that does this and say that trans women are women. Right? You did say that. But then in the same breath, but I watched him when he had Milagro.
I said no. This is what I said was, I don't feed my spirit things that are not gonna nourish and flourish it. So when I see things come up in his title that I know personally are gonna be triggering to me, I'm not gonna watch. But that day that I seen came up in a title, it looked like from the title, oh, what done happened? They doing some wrong in the courtroom. Let me see what's going on. Maybe I can go on Instagram, shoot a couple of DMs and say a couple of things down off in the messages about, hey, y'all did this, did that, and that was wrong. That's what I said. So if I see this title and I know it's going to be triggering to me as a black woman, I'm not going to feed my spirit that. But when I saw the title come up on my feed with him and Milagro, and they got kicked out of the courtroom, and I remember all the chaos that was going on, I didn't feel like, as a black woman, any commentary that he would have had in that conversation would be something that couldn't feed my spirit. So no, that's not what I said.
So what I'm getting is, to the person that's listening, they're saying, he's saying this about black women and all that. I wouldn't want to watch him, period.
That's the same.
Because you said he did it, and you went and you brought up about what he said about black women, but you still watch him, and most people still watch him. I just would respect y'all. Yeah, he said about black women, blah blah blah, but I'm still gonna watch him. Still a fan, because technically, whether you admit it or not, as long as you're watching that, clicking that video, you're putting money in his pocket. If you really want to send a message, then you won't watch. But as long as you tuning into them YouTube videos and clicking on that and watching, you are putting more money in his pockets.
I think
whether you like it or not, as long as you're watching him, that is making it relevant.
May I speak to your point? Because I hear a lot of YouTubes, and I wish that's something that in our sector as black YouTubers, that they would get away from saying, because to me, this is just my thinking. To me, this is what you're saying. Like you told the other young lady on the phone, who called when she said she doesn't lie or whatever. You said, well, did anybody give you grace? There is a such thing as grace. And then again, just because he says something that I particularly don't agree with, doesn't mean that he can't say something in the same sentence that I do agree with. It just does that's not what that means.
So are you a fan of his, yes or no?
No, I'm not a fan. I'm a fan of the Wiley Show.
So okay, so you're a fan of the Wiley Show. You still watch, and you still watch him. You're in the same boat of being a fan because you still watch him.
Well, that's your opinion, Wiley. I disagree.
Because whether you name it or not, as long as you watch it, just like the Super Bowl, I don't care what you say. Oh, I don't like what they did to Calvin Kaepernick. I don't like it. But as long as you tuning in watching Monday Night Football and tuning into Super Bowl, you are putting more money into.
But thank you, and I'm happy you said that. Do you see white media telling the black viewers to don't watch us if you don't like what we say and what we do? They don't tell us that. They want us to.
Black media say don't watch people that don't appreciate us. They have said it. And let's go back to the Montgomery boycott.
I think sometimes they say they don't appreciate when we don't agree with everything that they say.
because when back in the 1950s, when black folks weren't allowed to be in front of the bus, blah, 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 one day they said, listen, in order for this to change, this system, we must hurt their pockets by protesting. And that's how change happened. So if you want a YouTuber to be better, to be this better person you want them to be, then you must withdraw your support in order to, so when they see the number drop, when they erase number, then they will either make or break change or just will go away. But nobody's going to change what they do if you're still watching them. Like that ain't gonna change. Like when Armon, he is, let's be clear, he is he's a gay man. So already his focus is going to be uplifting gay people at the end of the day.
Yes, he should.
And when it comes to trans, you have trans people. He's going to always uplift trans women. He's going to say, oh my gosh, I feel like trans women are shaking in and replacing it. They're going to always do that. So it's up to you as a viewer to either take it, watch it, move on. It is what it is. But he is that way. If someone telling you who they are, believe him the first time. I'm not shocked at what he said. He is a gay identified man.
That's why I'm not shocked when he gets kicked out of the courtroom. So he doesn't even respect his own blackness. So why should anyone else? Thank you. You just drove home my point. Thank you.
Thank you.
Why should we?
Thank you. Thank
You're
you
welcome.
so much for calling in. Okay, I know we got 2 other callers that called in, but no, he wasn't kicked out of the courtroom because of what he said on YouTube. He was kicked out of the courtroom because of his black skin and because the people that made the rules decided to implement some rules when it was convenient and didn't keep that same energy completely. Okay, so we had 2 people to call in. Now, opinionated. Now, you know how to hit the link. Okay, hello. You don't want to hit the link? Hey. Hey.
So, I just want to call and say it's hard. It's hard to be a YouTuber. It's hard to do any job without, having some type of narrative that a person thinks you're spinning, right? However, you guys are doing a service. I think you're doing a good job. Shout out to yourself, Mom Radio, Armon Wiggins, Nique and Nite for all the great coverage that they gave us throughout the Tory Lanez trials and trials to come. I just want to pat you on the back and say good job.
I want to
people are so critical and they never say thank you.
Yeah, I hear that.
So thank you.
But opinionated, you dropped some receipts. I sent it to my people, whatever. Yes. How did that, you called me today that Tasha K removed you as a moderator. And I saw, I read it on the air, the emails. I didn't show it because it had your number, but I read it. And when I read it, I was like, wow. You were literally requesting to know why you were removed as a moderator. So give us a synopsis of what happened.
Yeah, that's about it. I came on your show. I haven't been on YouTube in a while, in a long time. I took a long break from YouTube. I came on your show. I've always talked with you off and on Clubhouse. And we talk. You're cool, Wiley. And you was like, hey, opinionated, come to my channel. And I came over there. You gave me a mod. I didn't expect it. You gave it to me. I was thankful, So I was like, maybe I'll start coming back to YouTube because you always encouraged me. Then I said, well, let me start going back to the channels that I do moderating and see what's going on. I went to Storm, no problem. I went over to Tasha. The wrench was gone. I was like, okay, what the heck did I do now? Because, and I think I'm just, I was kind of upset about it because when someone gives me responsibility, and that's the army in me, and I don't care if I'm not getting paid for it, I'm going to do the best. I'm going to put my best foot forward in doing it, right? And so I got up in there. I went back. I looked at all of her videos at least a year and a half back. I made a list of all the moderators. on her backup channel and her main channel. I got them all together, put them in a group. I also organized the whole moderator YouTube channel. So when we would do yearly meetups, or one of our moderators took and fell sick or something, any money or proceeds from that channel can go to help that moderator. And we was constantly organizing stuff. We even did I think Ash Bash, we all got together, did a Christmas carol through Amazon. You could do it digitally now, where you pick names. You make it fun, you make it exciting. And then I also organized all her sponsor brand links and everything. And I even sent her a screenshot of that, of every single sponsor and brand link she had. And that's all I would do. I wouldn't chat in her chat. I would only post the links, because to me, it's been a disservice. You gave me a mod for a reason, not just to time people out, not just to hide their comments, but to actually keep your chat flowing and also promote your products. And so that's all I would do. And I got removed. I'm dealing with COVID. I got removed. And so this time, and I was never added back to the chat that I created. Then after that, I come back, I come in your chat, you have me a mod, and I'm removed again. I'm like, what the fuck? Excuse me. Excuse me. No, I'm not about to cry. That's just my voice, y'all. That's just my voice.
Because when you was added on here, then you went over there and you were removed from Tasha.
Yeah, I was removed. Mm-hmm.
Did you try to talk to Tasha K? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I wrote her, and she was like, "Oh, I don't handle the mods no more. Get in touch with Chelsea." I got in touch with Chelsea. Chelsea said, "Oh, I don't deal with the mods. Get in touch with Peaches." I got in touch with Peaches. I sent her 2 emails. Nobody responded. So I went back, sent Tasha a message, and then Chelsea came back. And Chelsea put that, and what keep me into it, it made me realize what was going on with that last line. And that last line said, "We don't want to cross things with different, and we don't want our moderators crossed up with other content creators." And I'm like, wow, Peaches, she moderates for a whole bunch of people out here, but she's still moderating for you. I haven't been on this app. I haven't been on YouTube like that. And I come back and Wiley had me a mod, and I go to your chat when you had a show and it's gone. I would just, I think when you appoint somebody with something, that's cool, right? But when you remove it from them, just like you would do with a child or anybody, you would tell them why and make them understand why. And, you don't have to give an explanation, but it's just good business to do that. And that's it. That's all.
Because I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question because you said that Peaches mod for other people. Who are those people that she mod for?
Well, I don't know if she's still mod for Storm. I know she was. I know she mod for, who's that lady? The lady that did the comedy, Auntie Hammy.
Okay.
She mods for Tasha. And that's the only ones I know.
Okay. So she modded for other people. And because when I looked at the situation, number one, they were giving you the runaround. They saw your emails. Yeah. It was giving you the runaround. What I don't like is them removing you when you didn't even do nothing wrong. Because when you say cross promotion of other channels, if Peaches is modding for other channels, then she's in the same boat as you, is what I'm saying. And if the rule is that you can't mod for other channels because it's quote unquote cross promotion, then keep that same energy for everybody. Why just single you out all because Opinionated Side of Shade is modding for Wiley? That ain't right. That ain't right.
It doesn't make no sense.
Because you donate to the channel, you are a paid member on TashaKLive.com where you're paying your $12.99 every single month.
Yeah.
You haven't missed a payment.
I still will until she stops it.
And you still and you're a good person because Opinionated, you're better than me. Because if I'm the type of person you remove me and don't respond to me, I'm gonna take my money and give it to somebody else that appreciate me. Now, let me ask you this: you on the phone with me? Can you get on the phone? Can you get on the phone with Tasha K and with Chelsea on the phone with them? Because I know you were giving up. Can you get on the phone with them?
No, Tasha called me once before, but other than that, no. No, she didn't call me twice, 3 times. And I spoke to her 3 times offline, but that's about it.
Do you have her number now where you could have called her? Because you were sending an email.
I don't. I have the number. I didn't try it because I don't want to be that invasive, Wiley.
Because you said, because when you sent an email, my thing, because it was it's just for me. I want to ask you this for the audience: did you ever get paid by Tasha on a salary to be her moderator?
No, but you know what she did? I told you what she did for me when I had COVID.
She sent the supplements and all of that. I get that. You were unwell. I get that. But what I'm saying is, did you get a paid check? Were you on salary with Kiwi Studios?
No.
So you were non-paid.
Non-paid.
So the rules that she's giving you, she's pretending like you are an employee on salary, and you're not. You are unpaid volunteer, and she just embarrassed you like that by removing you and not giving you a reason, and then going by a third party. Because last time I checked, Peaches is not the channel holder. Chelsea is not the channel holder. And why are you telling you that you don't handle the mods anymore? Go to Peaches and go to Chelsea. That to me don't make no sense when you made the decision to remove Opinionated. It's like they were playing games with you like you a child. Last time I checked, you a grown woman.
And you know what? And just because I saw that, Wiley, I am content here at the Wiley Show. The men that I mod for, I don't go through that issue with them.
No, you don't go through with the men
on here who. Like, you don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think because it's like with women, with certain women, not all, they get that cattiness, they get that teaming up. That cattiness, and it's sad. It's so sad. But
it is so sad.
You paying faithfully the $12.99 a month. Why they remove you as a moderator? You know what she's gonna do? She's gonna respond to you on the app, and she's gonna lie. She's gonna play victim. She's gonna say you're difficult. She's gonna say all of these things, and you have the receipts to back up what was said. And Chelsea, I don't know if she meant to do it, but she sent you a whole paragraph in that last sentence because we don't want people with cross promotion of other bloggers, when in fact Peaches were, and the only reason why we got to mention Peaches is because Tasha mentioned Peaches.
They mentioned her.
They put her in it,
and
which I think is sad.
The paper trail.
Yes, the paper trail.
I don't think
they don't understand that, which is sad. It's no way Wiley, and I'm saying, go reach out today. Like, no, they ain't the channel holder. She it's Wiley. I'm the channel holder. You adding another person name that's not a channel holder in the mix.
Right.
And then she probably didn't respond because she don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because she ain't got the power. She got the power to add or remove people. Only Tasha got that power.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I am sad that happened to you. Number one, I apologize on the behalf of Tasha because of her behavior. She did not handle that right. It is sad because you've been following Tasha for how long? How long you been a moderator for Tasha?
I think it's since 2019. Yeah.
So we're in 2023. That's a couple of years, and she treated you like trash.
It's all good, Wiley, because
it's all good. I understand.
You go where you're accepted.
You go where you accepted. Yeah, go ahead.
That's right. And right here with you, I've never received nothing bad. Like, even when I started modding for other people, I was always at the Wiley Show every day. So why not be somewhere where you appreciate it, somewhere where you're laughing, somewhere where, you know, you can really talk to that person. Why not be there?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Where,
oh,
you know,
yes.
You don't have, so I like it here and I'm good. I don't have to do all that. I don't have to.
Yeah.
So, and I wasn't, you know, I had already told you, I wasn't trying to make no big deal out of it, but I needed to talk to a channel holder, someone
because you had those receipts.
If I did something wrong,
you had those receipts.
I didn't understand.
Yeah, because you had those receipts since April the 1st. Like you had like March, April, like documents to back up your claims, and you came to me on yesterday, April the 18th, and I'm glad you brought it to it because it proves my point that these people are intimidated by the Wiley Show. You got to ask them what it is. I can give my standard, but why out of all channels you work with, as soon as you work over here at the Wiley Show, I made you a mod that they just take your wrench when you didn't even trash Tasha at all. Never speak ill will of her privately or personally. Never you speak highly of Tasha, and for her to do that, it's so sad.
Right. Yeah. But it's all good to be at the Wiley Show, right?
It's great. And it's all good. But I'm just telling your story because it is other moderators that went through what you went through with channel holders. They get their wrench removed with no answer, no communication. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling people over here, you are always welcome at the Wiley Show because we are a show where we appreciate people and we don't throw them away like trash. And we make sure if I want to remove you, let me give you the reason from my mouth, not by a third or fourth party, and give you the reason, not give you the runaround. And then when I give you a response, it's a bunch of cow manure, is what I'm saying. Didn't make any sense when you have Peaches, someone else is modding for another channels and they don't remove their stake. So that's what I'm saying. Thank you, Opinionated Without a Shade, for once again.
And thank you for allowing me to mod for your beautiful and wonderful channel.
Yes, love you.
I love you.
Yes, love you. Thank you.
Well,
thank you. Bye-bye.
Wonderful night.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so yeah, that's how that happened, man. We literally ran across our desks. And so, I had to just put it out there, that this is going on, that this, people are intimidated by Wiley and they take it out on innocent viewers because they can't take Wiley. And what I didn't understand is Tasha came on the Wiley Show and did all that, and Chelsea still got me unblocked, but yet they treat their viewer, a paid subscriber of the app, and treated her like 3-year-old food. They discard her. It doesn't make any sense. It's not right. It's not right at all. And she created a mod group, and then the group that she created, she was replaced by another mod. That to me, I would be much, and it hurt her. She ain't gonna admit it, but it's in an email. She was hurt. She was very hurt by that because I would be hurt as a viewer. And I'm a viewer. I'm invested in this. I love this. And the people that I love, volunteer my service, and they forget my wrench revoked without a good answer. It's sad. And by a third party and not the channel holder, it's sad because I'm not giving my money to Chelsea. I'm giving it to Tasha. But anyway, all right. Anybody else want to call in? This live was brought to you by www.waterthetroll.com, where we get into all body's business and minds too. Okay, so that's how I go. They said Peaches definitely have pull in terms of who and who not moderates, but nobody on this show have pull but me. No moderator have pull to tell me who to mod and who not mod. You are not in that position unless you are a giver, and I'm talking about giving money like $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. Then